What's up, YouTube? There's the cut. Episode 30, Second Wake, Dungeons and Dragons. Hi, I'm Kareem Zamir. It's my name right there. So when we last left for the Seekers of Gulanti, if you notice, I'm just going to do it because it's quicker, and then we can get right into the long thing, which, spoilers, it's going to be a long one to start, most likely, unless stuff happens. I don't know. When we last left our intrepid heroes, hi, intrepid heroes, they had sat down for a lovely evening and a night of cards, of, I don't even know what to call it, really, information gathering and building of relationships with Baron Maximiliano de Cruz, throughout finding that the Baron's collected conquest deck is, in fact, nothing to fuck with, as the NWA might say. You beseeched him to have a different member of his staff with a lower powered, weaker deck allow you time to gain cards. Orville, by the way, 10 out of 10. Get them clicks, get them views. I like everything you're doing. Don't change a goddamn hair on your head. All right. Sorry, minor distraction. Your boy has ADD. With that, thank you. Thank you, by the way. Gotta get the lady demographic. That's how I do it. So, with this, the group met and did battle with a tiefling woman, a member of staff, a bard of some notion and fame, who, after a few hands of collected conquest, proved that she cared not for the game or the charade that was still being maintained by the Baron and his staff. At the continuing notions that are expressed by the Seekers of Galanti, effectively, she didn't so much let the cat out of the bag as dangled the cat in front of the party and waved it around with a smile and a smirk. The group came to find out that the Baron was effectively what they had assumed, very much in the puppeteering role at this point in Notion. For what reason, they yet do not know. But having fears, we'll say fears. Fears is good. That's going to bug the hell out of me right here. Whoop. There we go. Make that slightly bigger. Having fears that kind of permeated the group mindset, they decided to collect their things this evening, set out for the southeastern road outside of Wren's Fork, make for the steam fields, get to the bottom of this, and effectively have some peace of mind. Doing so, they made way for the southern gate, found their previously prepaid ranger known as Lethiel to accompany them through the steam fields, having been awaiting them at the gate before the rise of dawn. To them, none too surprising. He's just a man who's very, very good at his job. Why wouldn't he be there at almost midnight? Escaping to the cover of night with Lethiel in tow, the group met back up with their gnomish friend, meeting and speaking of their fears and voicing their concerns among the group, coming to the determination, or rather decision, that they need to inform someone more important than themselves of what is happening, of the trouble afoot at Wren's Fork, making sure and very carefully planning out the words they intend to use for a sending spell made by JJ Lightning. After planning out their exact sequence of phrases, she cast the spell, began her speech, and was interrupted by Lethiel, implanting a small but very powerful rapier into the center of JJ's chest during an act of surprise. As quick as a zephyr and as furious as lightning, his blade cut through and tore ribbons into the young shifter, which is where we find ourselves now.
Freeze frame. You may be wondering how I got here.
So, I have a recap of my own. We tried not to choose violence. Violence chose us.
Ooh, I like that.
It's very good.
Don't hate the game, hate the play, baby. So, with this, you all watch as in a flash of crimson and steel, Lethiel rushes forward from behind JJ, impales with a spin of a twist of his rapier, the tip of his blade into the front of her chest, interrupting her sending spell and causing her to lose the words as blood filled her throat. The small caveat being that the dying embers of temporary hit points from the previous meal at the Baron's Manor still managed to cling to life, that of JJ. As the group looked in absconded horror, they saw Lethiel dart back and with a small step on the back of his heel, vanish into mist before reappearing some distance away, blade in hand and looking to, well, with a bit of determination across his face, eager to stop our party from getting the word out about what might be going on within Ren's Fork. Is it this time, if you guys would all like to? I mean, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, you can roll initiative, or I'll just roll initiative and I'll play the turns out in combat. Don't worry about it. Every 6 seconds, something will happen. Let's go ahead and turn this up now. Oh, is rhythm not going up? Please hold on. Boop, boop.
I don't know. Discord's been acting weird for me. Like I can't look up memes or anything.
I can't type any anything in the
Yeah, no, the GIFs definitely be broken.
Oh, okay, that's fine. YouTube still works, so unfortunately the party won't be able to hear this. And I'll turn it way down for us, but we'll just have it as a small bit of ambience. There we go.
It's okay. The internet is very mad that Discord is partnering with PlayStation instead of Microsoft.
Are they really? They
Mine's-
decided to go with Sony?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, as they like to say. But yeah. So you all be privy to some cool battle music on the replay. The players can go and listen to it if they want to, but they're players. They don't go and rewatch this stuff. Even though it's available for them. Even though they're missing weeks. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and call for initiative. Let me do... I need to do this. And that. All right. So, who has a 20 or higher for initiative? Orville and Colt, what do we get?
22?
22? Orville?
I'm just scratching my head.
Oh, okay.
Morgan got it, though.
I did.
Oh, what'd you get, Morgan?
20.
20, okay. All right. Who got a 15 or higher?
JJ got 19.
JJ got a 19, okay. 10 or higher, what do we got?
13 here.
13 for Orville. And 5 or higher.
Aja got a 7.
A 7, okay. And Bucky got a 5.
Bucky got a 7 as well.
Okay.
And Frick got a 4.
Okay. I'm gonna do Aja first because I assume she has better dex than you. Then we're gonna do Frick. And then Vel, what do we get there?
I got a 4.
You know, they say necromancers embody their art, and I feel like the slow moving bringing to life of this situation, it makes sense.
Listen, I got a shot today. I'm a little achy. I'm not moving too quickly in this combat. You've got to work with me here, Lethiel.
Lethiel looks hard dead at the camera, breaks the fourth wall and goes, "Don't do drugs, kids. Not even once. Only a loser does drugs. The more you know." And then he turns back to combat and does his kind of like dancey fighter stance that everyone does in combat, because it's an RPG. Why wouldn't we do that?
I just wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
The sending spell did technically go off, correct?
The first few words did go through before the remaining, the remainder of your 25 words were placed instead of the sounds of as blood pulled in your mouth and a rapier was thrust through your breast.
I think that communicates enough.
That's a good communication, I think. So Colt, you spring into action. You watch in a flash Lethiel brandishing a bright piece of polished metal, impale it into the front of your friend, look kind of sorrowfully into her eyes and say, "I really did not want you to send a message." As he goes to retract his blade and he backsteps on his heel, with a spin and a twist he vanishes and reappears some 30 foot away or so from the group in a hail of mist. As night is rolling in, a dense fog begins to emanate from the surrounding area, making visibility a bit harsher than it should be at night. It is your turn. You're king of the initiative. What would you like to do, Colt?
Forgive me for asking this question if I've already asked before, but is loading around for does that take like an action or bonus action? I know I have a gun.
Unless you have rapid reload, it takes time to load around.
You also have a red round already loaded. You stated that when we were in the mansion.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to use a red round on him.
Oh, jeez.
Telling you that you do have something loaded right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a waste on him. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna. I only got one. I will go ahead and just load a. Sorry, I was not super prepared for.
You are not
this.
prepared.
I'm so sorry, and Discord's not working. Okay, there we go.
Beautiful thing is, if Discord's not working, you can use D&D Beyond.
Let's go ahead and put
Digging the fight music.
let's do a black arcane shell. I'll
Okay.
switch it out.
All right. So with a... Ooh, can I move that down a little bit even further? Hold on. There we go. Even lower. With a bit of swiftness, you crack the small compartment of your gun. You heft out a large red arcane shell. You slide in a black arcane shell in its place and lock it back into place. Pull the hammer back and are ready to fire next round.
And I'm gonna go ahead and move one, two. No, I'm gonna move as close to him as possible in a diagonal, whatever you think works.
Want to go to 25 feet?
Yeah.
I guess you were sitting, right? So we'll do 5, 10, 15. There we go. Half your
Yeah.
speed. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you hop from the seat, load your gun, angle out, prepare to fire. Let's see here. Start of Lethiel's turn. He's going to reach his hand out and howl. There's like a staticky sound. Not sure if it's someone's mic. Give me feedback. All right, no worries. So he reaches his hand back. We're gonna pull this up here. Woo! Oh no! No! Why? No! Why? It's always it's how I break the stream every time. Don't mind me. Okay, we're here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Can we do it? Let's find out. We're gonna go one up. We're gonna go into our campaign. Maybe. Please, maybe. Please. Technical difficulties. It's when you timed yourself doing this 16 times in a row because you knew what your first action in combat was for a week, and then the program freezes. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Why? Oh, why, oh, why? There we go. NPC tokens. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It should just be... No? Where's it at? Let's see here. Campaign. Should be... There we go. I just need 8 of these boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. 4. 5. 6. 7. We'll throw one up here too. 8. All right, so with a outreach of his hand, you see Lethiel cast out some type of druidic-looking spell. With a hiss and a whisper, you hear howls rip from the mist themselves.
I'm just going to counterspell this.
Oh, bull. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. God, well, damn it. Can you? Have you had an action on your turn? Can you take reactions before your turn? Is that a thing?
Isn't that only... I don't know, can I?
I don't know. When do you get your reactions? That's a good question. Determine surprise, establish positions, roll initiative, take turns. Who left combat?
Because he had his... That was Rhythm leaving.
Oh, Rhythm. Yeah, he gets a surprise round, which is the whole thing. Did Rhythm die?
But Colt acted, so the surprise round's over?
Correct. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been fine with either way. That's
I can
actually...
use chat.
I mean, just let me know.
There we go. Rejoined. Boom. Okay. That's what I want to know. Let's see here. Surprise. Ben Adventures. Initiative. I just want to know reactions. Ability skills. Oh god, it's like double playing now. Hi, Rhythm. Welcome back. Good lord. Un momento. Small technical difficulties at the start of the day, as always. There we go. And go back. There we go. Yay, roll back. All right. So certain abilities, a reaction is instant response to your turn, which can occur on your turn or on someone else's turn. The opportunity of that. When you take a reaction, you can't take another one until the start of your next turn. If a reaction interrupts another creature's turn, that creature continues its turn right before the after action. Yeah, sure, why not? That seems fair. Well, fine then. I won't have my 8 wolves. That's fine.
No.
Ah, well. Well, drat. Delete token. Boop-a-doop. Delete token. Please wait while this wizard does wizard things. That is Lethiel's go, unfortunately, then. You're gonna have a bad day. Let's see here. Actually, move back further. 5, 10, 15. There we go. That'll be his go. So, moving along is Morgan.
Am I in the cart or do we jump out?
Yeah, you are in the back of the cart right now.
Would I have aim over the horses and Colt?
Huh?
Like to shoot it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna, I guess, aim at him.
All right, go right ahead.
The 17.
17, you shoot out far, and you manage to land an attack on him. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 9.
9 points.
Do. Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. And is there anything else for your turn? Right.
Nope. I'll just hang out.
All right. Morgan, that is your go. JJ, your go.
JJ will step forward a little bit.
Mhm.
And she is going to go ahead and shift. Because she's pissed.
Okay. Shifts into her mode. You see all...
She's going to move 40 feet.
Okay. Boop. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to get to him?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
All right. Easy to do. You rush forward with some alacrity and make for haste upon your attacker.
Just making sure the shift is a bonus. She will go ahead and stab the shit out of him.
Sure. Go right ahead.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 to hit. You lunge forward with your sword. As you do so, you watch as his offhand raises up, and you can see that now that he has a very heavy-looking leather gauntlet that he has equipped in his offhand, and he actually kind of flecks the side of your blade away and manages to deflect your attack. In doing so, I'm going to finish his reaction. And don't worry about it. He swings back with his rapier futilely.
And that'll be it.
All right, that'll be your turn. That is going to be Orville's turn.
All right, we are going to bonus action, Step of the Wind in his direction, and then run the rest of the distance to flank him.
Okay.
Across from JJ.
So what's your Step of the Wind?
Total is 60 feet.
60
so step is 20, and then move speed is 40.
You said flank him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You fly like a bat out of hell, gust of wind under your feet, you flip out of the back of the cart, and shoes a buzzing, got that beekeeper step in your spring. Go right ahead.
Bzz. Bzz. And then we're gonna try and waylay upon him.
Go right ahead.
First attack is going to be a 18 to hit.
18 to hit. You watch as he attempts to kind of juke out of the way. You manage to land a shot right in the back of his kidney.
That is 6 points.
6 points of damage.
Bludgeoning.
All right, he takes it. You hear him gasp out. Ugh!
And the second attack.
Go right ahead.
18 plus 25-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. He left his plate mail at home. Yeah. Drat. Darn this thing.
We'll put a stunning strike on that as well.
Okay. He needs to make a
DC 13 con save.
con save. Okay. Boom. He gets a +4 on con, so we are at a 14 save.
He's good there. He just takes 8 points of bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning.
That's my turn.
All right. All right. Aja's go. I need to put the Aja on here. What am I doing? I need a flying snake. Animal token. Snack. I think I have a flying snake somewhere, but there we go. Aja's go. What did you want to do with her?
Sorry, I was muted. She will fly up to him and be there, and she's just going to give the help action to the next attack on him.
Okay.
And she'll stay next to him.
All right. She'll stay there. El Buckio.
All right. Bucky's gonna get like a line of sight on this guy and cast Hex.
Okay.
On his wisdom.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get there?
Sure.
Because you need to be, what, within 30 feet, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right?
Yep,
there you go.
That works. And Hex, and then first Eldritch Blast.
Go right ahead. You have advantage on the first one due to Aja.
Sweet.
He goes to bring his sword up to try to deflect this attack, and instead he hears hissing in his ear.
24 to hit.
Yes. Yep, the sniper rifle go burr. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
8 force damage and 4 hex damage. Necrotic.
Okay. Takes it.
Second Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, the old level 5 now. Oh geez. Oh, big wheeling.
25 to hit.
Yep. That's a number.
For 10 force damage and 1 necrotic.
Okay. Works.
And then I'm gonna move back 5 feet.
You have. Okay.
I have 35.
You damn satyr boy. Broken us in. Frick. Where does Frick want to go?
He's gonna fly up on this. Do a flyby.
Okay. Well, Frick's an
owl.
I have a hawk, a goose.
If it has wings, that'll work for now.
All right. I thought
I'll make him a
in
token.
here. Oop. Oh no, not there. Oh no. Goddamn owl pog. There we go. Boop 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 boop. There we go. All right. So where are we putting him? You said fly by him too.
Yeah, he's got the owl flyby action for help.
So Lathiel's AFK in Dead by Daylight right now. There's just birds and snakes and shit flying up over his head. All right. So the next attack will gain advantage on it. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay. Vel, you used your pet to give Bucky advantage. Now he will use his pet to give you advantage because this game is very fair in favor of the DMs. Yes. Yes. Next time, you guys are going to contract a Behold. No, I'm kidding.
That's perhaps we should all summon really fat cats next time.
Fat Cat Brigade. Chunkini's a meta choice. I feel like you're playing the meta if you summon Chunkini. Low speed, high damage, tons of mobility. It's pretty much tier 1 pick no matter how you go about it. Speed Chunkini.
Okay, I'm going to use my once a day of inflict wounds, and
Okay.
I'm going to cast it through Aja.
Okay. The snake is still within 5 feet. You cast it through. The fangs of the snake open wide, and black necrotic energy pours from it. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
18.
18 will hit.
$15 necrotic damage.
15 necrotic. All right, he takes it. You see him kind of wince a bit at the pain and kind of grumble a bit. Go. Damn. Is that going to be your go, Vil?
I'm going to move up diagonally 10 feet towards him.
10 feet towards him. Boop, boop. Got it here?
Yep.
All right. And that'll complete your turn. End of the round. You see Mr. Gringle Solo go, well, my word. I'll remember this fight. Heroics. Self-defense. Go get him. Oh, Chosens. That's his turn. Morgan, you get a D4 to your next D20 roll for if you feel inspired for Mr. Gringle Swallow.
Absolutely.
Colt, start of the round, your turn. Lethiel is stuck between a JJ, an Orville, a whole zoo, and a counterspelled third level spell that he was like, this was cool in my head.
All right. I'll move 10, 20. Yeah, I'll move right in front of him,
Okay.
between JJ and Orville. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and bonus action Fighting Spirit.
Kylo Ren.
And then I will fire my black arcane round.
In melee in his face?
I have the gunner thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Good old gunner feet. Use guns in melee. Go nutters.
So, so that's 18.
18 will hit.
All right. And that's, I gotta remember what this does.
Knowing what your stuff does. Big PP energy. Reading your weapon abilities. Big PP energy.
Okay. All right. This is gonna take a little while because I don't have that many dice with me.
If you are using the roller on D&D Beyond, you can hold the dice and then right click.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just gonna do that.
Gonna do that. This poor guy, he made a mistake and instantly regretted it.
He's kind of cocky.
Stab Saw Bunny.
So that's 26 damage.
26 damage. Okay. Let's see here.
If you want me to read the round, I can read it.
No, we're
So
good. I know what it is. So
okay.
you angle this weapon directly into his face. He kind of looks strangely at it, and you hear him kind of mutter a phrase in Elvish. Do either of the three of you speak Elvish?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jesus, I got to turn JJ down too. You're loud as hell. So as he mutters this, you hear, "You're no dwarf," and then boom, as you unload this black bolt through the center mass of his chest, you watch as it goes through the front of him, back out the back of him, and he kind of just twitches for a moment and coughs. And as he coughs, you would expect blood or flecking of any kind of nature, but already you can see this bright bioluminescent green ooze peeling through his body and spreading throughout his very form. This piece of shrapnel stuck in the center mass where the bullet has cleaned through his body, now slowly growing into this kind of almost strange and very much burning ooze as it melts away part of his armor and much of his innards. His spine is very much blown out of the back of him, and he collapses onto one knee into a full pain. And where once you would assume blood coming out of the front of his mouth, you instead see this kind of brackish, almost dark black sludge that is kind of creeping out of the inside of his mouth already, seeming to be the first thing that his body was able to breathe in was the remnants of this round. Lethiel collapses on the ground and starts twitching. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So yeah,
We did it.
we did it. Go ahead and
Colt!
mark off your black round, Colt.
What was that? That was really cool. Do that to more
There's
things.
nothing.
I want to see that again.
I'm gonna do the gun, the gun twirl.
JJ's gonna stab him one more time for good measure.
He's writhing on the ground, going, and you just stab him right through the front of the face. He dies.
Oh, good.
You can
Another
draw.
soul.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Sorry.
it's technically true.
Vel,
Go ahead and
sorry
mark it
about
off.
your potential.
Sorry
Vel,
about what?
Vel, sorry about your potential boyfriend.
You know, not the first time this happened to one of them. Like this exact same thing. Hmm.
A lot of that going around.
All right. I didn't know you knew other people. I didn't know you knew a group like ours that murdered the hell out of this guy. That was potentially a boyfriend prior to this.
Mhm.
Like, all right, that's kind of strange. Anyway, yeah. Oh, so we should probably get going.
JJ's gonna first go through his shit. Get if Belle's money is still on him, she's gonna give Belle back her money.
Sure. You kind of like pat him down rather quickly. You note his armor and much of his personal belongings in his backpack are coated in this thick bioluminescent ooze. The smell of a heavy acidic hanging very heavy on him. You can smell it burning and slowly corroding and melting away much of what he was carrying. But go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. And Colt, you're just looking over there, the black round sitting in the ground, bubbling with this inking ooze.
That's an 8.
You know.
That's an 8. You reach forward and kind of try to put your hands through his bag. You know that if you try this, you probably will injure yourself. Do you want to attempt to injure yourself and see what you can get, or do you want to not press your luck?
I won't press my luck.
Okay. Just from a quick search, you find his silver encased rapier at his side, a very thick leather dueling gauntlet adorned onto his offhand. You note he has on his hip a satchel containing what seems to be 10 small dart almost blades. They seem to be more sharpened metal rather than a functional weapon, like almost an improvised weapon in a sense. But if you're trained in darts, you can use them. You look through, and he does have his coin pouch. Inside is a grand total of 12 pieces of platinum.
Cool. JJ will give Belle back whatever she paid. I don't remember what it was.
Just one of those.
one platinum?
Honestly, so.
Oh, well then she will split the
Thank
platinum
you.
between everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
2 whole platinum.
everybody
for
gets
each
2?
person.
You start walking back, and you can start seeing this acid from Colt's round slowly begin to consume, degrade, and begin to absorb what remains of him into the
Now-
earth.
Colt, you just purchased those, right? You don't know how to make those? Do you know how to make those?
No, I don't know how to make these. I only had one of those. I got other
good.
fancy ones too.
Really?
That thing
That's
is starting to look like a great investment.
Oh, it is. Unless we're trying to loot stuff, because clearly so far we're 0 and 0, 0 and like 3 for people we've been trying to loot, because I've destroyed their loot every time.
Not that big a deal. Right. So, what do we want to do now? There's perhaps reinforcements coming. They definitely heard that, because that thing is not quiet.
Oh yeah, sonic boom
Do
went
we-
off.
Do we want to go back and try and take this to them now that it's become, I think, JJ, are you able to cast another sending, or?
I've got one more try. So if y'all would like, I can try one more time.
I honestly...
Or
Is anyone Because we know they don't want us to go to the steam fields. Obviously, we're going there. We're going to fuck them up for this, because now I'm angry. But do we want to go back there and deal with them here before heading to the steam fields?
Yes.
Buggy goes, I got my own gun.
Now, at this point,
We're gonna start blasting.
this is officially us choosing violence.
I don't think they gave us any other choice.
I mean, I follow you guys, but I don't think it's a good idea to go bring the fight to their town. I mean, we'd be at a more... Again, this is just how I feel. I think we'd be at a more level playing field if we were in the steam fields. They don't have reinforcements there. They've got to send someone to travel
most
to us.
definitely do. I have no doubt they already have forces
they
there.
do. Yeah.
And they know the
Sorry, I didn't
terrain
think
better
that
than
through.
we do.
Yeah.
So, so thinking logically, if we bring it to them in Rennes, then if this is as deep as I think it is, it's the whole town. We're fighting the whole Weaver's dang town.
I would
And
imagine it's the vast majority, yes.
we are great folks and we are strong, and I deeply believe in us, but a whole town seems a little steep.
Especially if, and I really don't want to say this because you're all going to think about it now, and even poor Melting Lethiel here. What if they don't have a choice to fight us if they're being manipulated like the Baron was?
Exactly.
That'd be bad. I wouldn't feel great about that.
So what we were told. So let's go back to what we were told. We were told to check out Ren's Fork, see if it's clear. It's obviously not. We did our job there. As much as I would love to save the Baron, this is a little sticky. Now that I've had a sword shoved through my body. That was a fun experience.
And everyone thought I was the one who's going to get penetrated by him on this venture.
Yeah.
No, that was not.
Damn.
Quite the way.
That's
I'm glad it wasn't you though.
I didn't expect that from you, Val. It's pretty awesome.
Well, we should penetrate them right back.
Bucky, please.
That would be
I think what we're kind of
great.
leaning on here is perhaps
Get the
we should
fuck out of
inform.
town.
We should inform the Herald.
The Herald.
And let them know that Ren's Fork is fucking bonkers. I don't know exactly what's wrong there. It is under siege and under manipulation by enemy forces. And that we are proceeding to deal with whatever they're working on in the steam fields.
Well, we found out there's shit going on, but I mean, we could go through the steam fields, sure, but we could just continue on and do the secondary, actual main shit.
I don't think we want to leave this. Knowing what is happening here, I don't think we can leave all of it untouched. If we only move on towards King's Plummet and don't try to resolve any of this, that just doesn't look good on our part. We've stumbled across something awful here and Weaver's chosen, and to not intervene in any way will not speak well of us.
Exactly.
That's fair. It's just trying to pick where we're fighting this. If there's even a good place to.
We know they don't want us going to the steam fields. That's why I want to see what they're up to there. The Herald or the King or someone can send their forces in to lay siege and put a lockdown on Ren's Fork. Or if they want to pay us, we can deal with that later, but we were asked to investigate the steam fields. And then Kings from it as our actual thing, but this is all still going on.
You know, I want to make a suggestion here. And since this may or may not be my last episode, I am going to tell a story.
What does that
What's an episode?
Are you having an episode, Colt? Do you need to lay down? Breathe.
Colt, how many fingers am I holding up?
Anyway, so there was a time ago when we was fighting crab people off, and we was overrun by the crab people. So we didn't know what to do. They just kept coming at us, and they were reproducing so fast and maturing to age so quickly that we were fighting. They were producing babies that would fight us within moments or days even. We didn't know what to do, but my friend Linus, he had a great idea. Well, why don't we create a diversion, make them think we're all dead? So we got a few of the crab people, and we dressed them up like us in our armor and stuff, and we buried them half in the ground. Then lit all our stuff on fire, and the next wave would come, and they'd think, and we went and hid. We was all buck naked, so we went and hid, and they thought, and then the crab people looked around. They didn't know what was going on, so they figured out, well, last wave must have killed him or something. So, long story short, Linus accidentally got buried and died, but that aside, I think it's a great plan for us to potentially, maybe, make them think that we got killed by old what's his name that's melting right there. Potentially, what we could do is, if there's nothing on our cart that we care about, and again, hear me out, take this with a grain of salt, we light the cart on fire, send the cart, a little more towards town, throw some knickknacks here and there, or whatever. There's a melted body right there. They can assume that that's someone that's dead. Take camp for a couple days, then head to the steam fields. They may not be expecting us. Probably a terrible plan, but
I wasn't
potential plan.
opposed to certain parts of it, but the inactivity for a few days is a bit concerning, as we do not know what they are literally up to right now. And they definitely were doing something appeared to be taking over the city in the middle of the night because the lights were turning on.
If I might,
Yes, please.
Mr. Honeycutt, I know that I am not a Weaver's Chosen such as yourself, but might I just inquire how much crab meat did you eat when you came up with that plan back in your day?
Crab meat?
You of course ate them, yes?
Well, we didn't eat the crabs. We got away. We was buck naked. We ran about 3 days to town.
That's a lot of wasted food.
It's curious. Usually we don't see such ocean madness set in immediately, unless there's been a high amount of mercury that's entered your body.
Well, you haven't been around us hobgoblin soldiers very often. There's a lot of crazy, wacky plans that we come up with.
And thank the divine for that. If it's all the same to you all, I will be heading further southward. If you wish to accompany me, I would thank you for your journey, but if not, then, I will leave you to it. But waiting around for several days does not seem to be, quite in the cards for me, as they might say.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
The question is right now, and of course, if we do not head back to the city, we will accompany with you down to the split in the road so that you can make your way to our inn while we head towards whatever waits us in the steam fields. But do we want to go back to Rensfork, or do we want to just soldier on to the steam fields? If we go back to Rensfork, we could help save some people that are still innocent of this, but we would likely be facing a rather great force. At least 10 maids.
So, hear my thoughts. We don't know who's innocent and who's not.
Yes.
That's a big thing. The only one we know that's fairly innocent, who I think dug himself into this hole with the card game, is the Baron. I would love to help him, but I think that Ren's Fork might be too far gone. But if you want to go ahead and go to the steam fields, we can do that. Now, I will let you know. It's either we got a shelter tonight or I send another message. Or I can wait to send another message till the morning.
I think the message is more important. We can form a watch in the night. They need to be informed immediately.
I agree.
Regardless of
think
if
we
we
should
go to
start
Ren's
heading
Fork
towards.
or the Steamfields.
Yep, let me just collect my thoughts.
It is my concern that if we do return to Ren's Fork, aside from anyone who could be innocent, it may be incredibly difficult to quote unquote rescue the Baron at this point, and if we lay siege to it and are successful, Colt's concerns from before, I could see very much so spreading as rather vile rumors. Because it's not just us going wild in the Baron's house to deal with the thing, it's literally us returning to a city to attack it.
Yep.
I think we send a message,
Head on towards the steam fields.
and unless he specifically orders or requests us to quite literally attack Ren's Fork, and we have permission of the king at that point through his herald, we move on to the steam fields.
How do we want to phrase what has happened at Ren's Fork? They're completely overrun, or it's under control of a unknown entity?
The Baron is bewitched by an unknown number of infiltrators that appear to have taken control of the city. Something like that?
Okay. She's gonna start scribbling and trying to word shit real quick.
No one stabbed JJ when she talks this time.
Mr. Salo looks at his hands, looks back up, goes, "I've not a knife on me." So JJ, you cast Sending.
Yeah, I'm just
in the words of Double Dare, 25 words on the clock.
Yep, I'm just I'm typing it out and seeing if it works.
The great and almighty Double Dare. Let's go ahead and put 25 minutes on the clock. Let's figure this out. You've got to go through the steam fields, collect the red flags, find it in the pasta of lost sauces, and of course come back to start. Do you understand what you have to do? All right, great.
Oh, you forgot the nose, the snot
Oh yeah,
nose.
go through this. You have to reach into the snot nose. I always remembered the Legend of the Hidden Temple one instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the map I want to reach.
Yeah. First, you must go through the gates, where you will have a path and a split. You might go left into the shrine of the Silver Monkey.
They were always so bad at putting together the Silver Monkey. It was 3 pieces.
It's hard. It's made out of foam and it bounces around.
Actually,
Colt.
It's not just the design of them. You have to think about the stress that they're currently under while running through that thing and being terrified of the guards jumping out at them.
The fact that they're 12 years old and these people manhandle them like they're football players. The freaking temple guards come out like freaking act like they're Preston Vance. They just put them in a chokehold and like yank them around. It's awful. But so as JJ prepares her sending, is there anything that you all want to be doing or actions that you want to be taking?
Just keep an eye out towards the town in case I can see
Sure. You turn, and as the sun continues to set over the horizon, the town, which was completely lifeless and dark upon your exit and egress, is now blanketed in various large lantern lights, and much of the small kind of torches that emanate throughout the surrounding border of the town itself are all quite lit, and seemingly there is a lot of commotion. You can hear not so much words, but the kind of muffled echoes of a lot of discussions being had and kind of revelry throughout the evening.
All right.
All right, JJ.
So she's going to cast Sending to Harold Lemire.
Okay.
Baron of Ren's Fork, bewitched by unknown number of infiltrators who have overtaken city. Seems to affect the whole town. Please advise.
Okay. Yeah, got it in one. Good for you. So you cast this over. You hear a small muffle of, what? It's late. That sounds terrible. Your weaver's chosen, however. I leave it in your discretion. Do what you see as best for the king.
Great. JJ kind of kicks at the ground and grumbles. Well,
Did we lose
It's
Rhythm?
so hard, you got rhythm.
God damn it, Rhythm.
yeah.
You piece of garbage. I swear to mother. God damn piece of. Please wait while this rhythm reloads again.
Then
Just
it
do this.
is our discretion of what the king
Yeah.
would want.
What the fuck would King want?
I'm not going to lie, from my impressions of Silverhearth, Fire, and Brimstone, I think that they would literally bring a lot of pain to this city, town, hamlet. But on that, I'm not sure if we should just ignore it. What does everyone say?
I vote to ignore it and continue on with my journey. I will bid you fond adieus.
Thank you for your company.
You're
What
welcome.
do you think? What do you think he cares about more? You think he cares about his son more or Ren's Fork more?
We're not even being sent after his son. We're here to investigate Ren's Fork and the steam fields. This is officially on the books what we are here to do.
Yeah.
And there
we need
actually
to-
is a problem here.
I mean, we were told to investigate. Not anything more.
Well, and put an end to whatever was going on in the steam fields. It seemed to just be a cover, but it turns out it's not.
I wonder if the static knows all about this.
Yeah, I could not understand you.
You're coming in sideways on your microphone.
I said, I wonder if the static knows all about this or not.
They were very light on details, weren't they?
They were.
You think they
Yeah.
got paid off or something?
They're probably
Paid
taken
off
out
or-
on the love boat.
Perhaps easily bewitched and fooled. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to them. Or they just took to not really pay close attention.
Or maybe they played the card game and they couldn't talk about it. That's what they lost. Maybe.
Either way, I ain't a captain here. I don't really know what is rightfully right by this king. But I'll follow y'all. Whatever you want to do.
I think that rescuing a baron might play well for the king.
Well, I'll put it this way. We'll go in there, we see how it goes, we see what we have to deal with. We can always consider retreating. This isn't our land. We're in service to them as a favor, and it's not even what we were originally called here for. And we have two objectives. Well, the main objective would be to fix everything, but if that can't be done, we save the Baron, get him out of there. Or two, we make sure that Triana and Samson are removed. As from my picture right now, I think the two of them seemed rather important to this whole thing.
I think you're right.
I believe that.
Hear me out on this. And I said,
We go
you know,
non-lethal on anyone who's not a tiefling. I don't want that to sound racist, but there's a lot of tieflings that are definitely involved in this.
Hear me out on this one. And I don't want to say this. I'm not trying to say anything about our own, what is it? What other people think of us. I don't care about that. So say, whichever way we go, we're going to die, right? Let's say that that's an accepted fact, right? So, as a soldier, sometimes you think that way. So which way is something going to get fixed should we die? If we go to the steam fields, do what we were supposed to do, we die out there, reinforcements are going to be sent towards where we were at to investigate what we were doing and what happened. We die in Ren's Fork. It could be spun by Ren's Fork that we attacked the town, and again, doesn't matter what people think of us, we're dead, but likely nothing will happen, and this will all stay the same.
I don't think that's true.
We've just let the Herald know that there is something
Well.
afoot. I mean, we gotta
Let's spend
remember,
that.
Ren's looked at as the trash of the nation of Ravon from everyone else. What the king thinks of what Ravon says, or what anyone thinks of what Ravon says, is probably a whole lot of nothing.
You gotta move your mic, JJ.
Where is better?
There we go.
Is this better?
Yeah, we were getting like every other word. I'm like, hold on a second.
You're talking sideways into it.
One of these numbers.
Usually sideways works, but basically, the whole nation of Ravon thinks that Ren's Fork is a dump. It's trash. It's just not it. So what Ren's Fork says about us is gonna probably say a lot less, especially since we already contacted the Herald.
And on your idea of where we die, I think that if it was to be the field where we died, to take it to Ren's Fork would be more worth it, because at least we're trying to save potentially innocent people. Whereas in the steam fields, sure, we're only fighting enemies for certain, but then we've saved no one who's innocent from Ren's Fork.
And if this whole conspiracy is being run from Ren's Fork, then, we
Well,
might
I
just
think
cut the head
there's
off the
more
snake.
important people in the steam fields. They did not want us to go there. There's something going on there for certain. So really, we need to deal with both.
It might be their operation that's going on in the steam fields, but they're obviously running it from, manipulating the
Yes.
Baron and trying to keep everything under wraps.
Yeah, holding Ren's Fork gives them a base and a face.
Alright, then I think we've discussed and understood everything. JJ,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you say? Ren's Fork or the steam fields?
Damn, I said I'd follow y'all.
Alright. Abstained. Morgan, Ren's Fork or the steam fields?
Ren's Fork.
Bucky, I know your answer. You're very gung-ho about it.
No, I don't
Orville?
want.
I could see. Yeah, let's go to Rensford.
I agree. Colt, I know it's not exactly what you want to do, and you have a lot of concerns about it, but you said if the majority agreed, we'd... Are you in favor?
Yeah, I'll follow you guys. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but I ain't gonna let you guys go in there alone.
Alright, how do we want to approach?
Do we want to go on guns blazing?
If we go in guns blazing, we'll get overwhelmed.
Diplomatic.
Yeah, we can.
I think we should try to at least discuss something with them, and maybe at least, I don't know. I think maybe try to get the Baron released or something.
I
I'm a
didn't
little
so much mean as
distracted by
diplomatic, because I'm not sure they're actually going to want to speak with us. A moment. Sneaky.
They've already tried to kill us. At this point, I think the game is up.
Here's the thing. I don't agree with us just going in there and killing people we don't know whose side they're on. I don't like that idea.
I don't
Unless
think anybody's saying that though.
There's a thing, Colt, and I don't know if I've heard of this. It's non-lethal. You can just pop someone over the head.
My gun ain't non-lethal. I'm look at the Melton guy right there. I don't have non-lethal rounds. I don't have non-lethal rounds.
You got a sword.
Well, then maybe don't shoot the peasants.
Shit.
You are going to have to judge it case by case. We'll have to judge what they are throwing at us, and if we have to deal with them lethally or non-lethally.
What if I played Samson in a card game?
JJ.
I could bet them leaving.
And what would
For
he
us
ask
leaving.
for?
Who
I don't
knows?
think he'll just ask for us to leave. Not if we come back.
It's an option on the table. I'll see if he offers.
It's very dangerous. Especially since you don't know what A, his deck is capable of, and B, what he would ask for.
This whole thing's a little dangerous.
You are sideways in that microphone like a motherfucker.
God damn, this thing is horrible today. This whole thing's a little dangerous. But if he brings it up, I'll offer it.
I guess
If not, I'll leave it.
We'll see if it comes up.
Now, if y'all want, I could try and figure out where exactly they have the Baron in the manor.
You could.
I could certainly do that if we got a little bit closer and whatnot.
That would be very beneficial.
Real fast. DM.
Yes.
I'm gonna go a walk over to Mr. Sallow.
You catch him. He's about 100 feet down the road.
Oh, he's already started walking. Well, yeah.
He started walking when you guys started your debate. He's like, I'm not waiting around for you idiots to figure it out. Like, I'm leaving.
I'm gonna walk towards him real fast. Just catch up to him real fast.
He's, oh, hello.
Sorry about that, Mr. Sallow. I didn't get to say goodbye, and I'm sure they want to. We're just trying to figure this all out, and I want to apologize that we didn't get to say goodbye. But it was a pleasure traveling with you.
Oh, and pleasure, on my account as well. I thank you for all the comforts that you were able to provide me, you and your group, and I wish you a very happy murder.
Yep.
Or is it genocide? No, it's not genocide. I think it's just a murder. Multiple homicide. Yes. Well, best of luck with your killing, good weavers, chosen, seekers of Gulanti, the Crimson Blades.
call it a necromancer's dozen.
She shouts from 100 feet away. Oh, necromancer's dozen. I'll write that one down. Well, best of luck to you, Mr. Honeycutt. You are a man possessed of moral character.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Don't think about it too much, my friend. And he kind of like taps the side of your knee. He goes, appreciate sending me off. Should you all manage to find yourselves south of the border, please feel free to look me up. I have business to deal further south still, but if you find yourselves in the area, I'm sure you'll be able to find a little bit of a whisper here or tell of me, and that, well, tall-eared lady of your group might be able to contact me in the future. I will allow such a thing to pass through.
Thank you very much, Mr. Salo, and thank you for all your help. We've appreciated it.
Of course. Keep your nose clean and intentions clear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And travel safe.
I always do. He turns around and starts walking down the trail still.
Colt's gonna kick some dirt walking back.
All right, Colt returns to the group.
So do we want to give up the element of surprise, or do we want to,
I do
sneak
not
in?
want to give up the element of surprise. I don't even think we can bring the horses back in, which means they're probably just going to get killed by some animal to run off. Well, we could try. If we bring the horses in, we're going in loud.
I mean, are we trying to sneak in and knock the gate? Or are we trying to... Where are we trying to go?
I would like to sneak back to the manor and deal with whoever's still there. See if... And you would be able to tell if the Baron is there. We could try and get him and try and deal with anyone who we've identified as a leader.
Now
Alright.
hold on, just a second here. When we first came in, didn't the Baron meet us like right at the gates, right outside of town?
Yes, right after the crossing.
All right. So we have a pretty good inkling that he's got eyes and ears outside of the city, right?
Could be.
Well,
Yes.
the Inquisitor did let him know, but we still had quite a little bit of travel. I'm sure he wasn't standing out there all day.
And he did have some notification from the signals being fired at the other end of the river.
I suppose you're right.
It's hard to say.
What's the play? Walk through town, try to go the long way to the manor home. You do know that doing so, you'd have to cross the river one way or another. The one downside to Wren's Fork is it is, in fact, the crossing of the large river that runs north through south of the land. You know the manor home is on the northern end of that crossing, outside of the range of the city. Or town,
Yeah.
hamlet, small place.
'Cause it's in between the two rivers.
Mm-hmm.
So Colt's gonna approach
Mhm.
the group. Look, guys, I love y'all, but I've been in this situation before. I was following orders, and I burned down a whole town full of innocent people, and I'm not comfortable with this plan at all. to be honest. Even after Mr. Sallow said it. I want to help y'all, but I don't agree with this. Everything in my heart tells me that this is a bad idea, going into that town.
We're not trying to burn it down. We're just trying to
Here's
liberate
the thing,
it.
I don't like the idea of us going in there and liberating something we don't barely know about. I mean, what do we know about what we're liberating? Who do
Bringing
we
a
know?
fight to a town could result in its burning down unintentionally. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily a.
I don't like the idea of going somewhere where there are potentially a lot of innocent people, maybe only a few, and a lot of potentially a lot of people dying. I'm not trying to convince y'all otherwise, but I don't think I can go on this one. It just doesn't sit well with me. I mean, I don't expect y'all to follow me, but I think I'm just going to go for the steam fields.
Oh, hold on, Colt. We shouldn't split up. So wait a moment.
To understand Colt, I get it. I don't think that whoever's running this whole deal is good. And I think that even if it wasn't us burning down the town, I wouldn't put it past these kind of folk. Because they seem seedy.
Your mic's kind of acting funny. I don't know if I can.
It sounds like you're in a muffler.
Yeah.
Any better?
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand Colt, because if it's not just us that's burning it down, I don't trust. Again?
It works whenever you stop and then you go for it, and then it gets really muffly. If you have a noise suppressor on it, that might be what's doing it. Like if you're using like keep from Discord or anything of that sort. I'm not sure.
Second Wake, where technical difficulties are the greatest adventure of them all.
Oh, maybe the adventure was the technical difficulties we had along the way. There we go. That came in clear.
Okay, so I understand Colt on this situation. If it's not just us, I don't trust Samson or Triana or any of these folks that might be running it not to just burn the town down themselves. They felt seedy, wrong. It just didn't feel. The more time we spent there, it felt wrong.
Yeah, but that's how I felt
don't
about
trust-
Silverhearth. I felt
Colt.
if everything about Silverhearth felt wrong to me and how they treat other people, but I ain't trying to burn down that whole town. Or forgive me.
I know. I'm agreeing with you in this sense. I
Colt.
think that they might be the type that would burn a town down.
What if we
don't-
just go to the manor? It is not in this town proper. We wouldn't be attacking any innocents. We know that everyone in that manor is under some sort of playing a part in this. They literally were arriving in droves to ensure that they were a show of force that we would not cause any issues on our way out.
But my question is, what is it that they're doing?
They're trying to take over part of the land.
But
Fine.
what do we? How do we even?
Well, I mean, even more than Ren's Fork. That's the deal that they were apparently trying to make.
But who? What do we know about their intentions in terms of like what they're trying to do for this takeover?
We know that their intentions are to subvert and manipulate an entire city. And I don't really care what their intentions are beyond that. But are you seeing some silver lining in their actions?
No, I don't think we know enough about this to go in there and just. I mean, I understand that some of it sounds more reasonable, but I'm getting a lot of let's burn this place down in the middle of everything else we're saying. And I'm not liking that
You
part.
were the first person to say burn anything down.
Yeah.
Just put that out there.
That is not true. Last episode, you were the one that said you wanted to start fires. That is wholly untrue.
Not in the town. In the Baron's Manor, which is disconnected from the town.
The Baron's Manor, full of none of those innocent people we're worried about.
So, Val, you said that these folks are trying to subvert the whole town, and they clearly got to Lethial. So, what's to say every single other person in the town that we have to walk through to get to the manor is not also like Lethial and hostile towards us? That presents a pretty big obstacle in my eyes.
Well, I was hoping once we crossed the river, we could try and take a pretty quick exit out of the city to head towards the manor and staying off the main roads. Once we're on the north side of the river, we can just travel north along the river. It's not all city.
About how much of the city harem is tiefling?
How much of it? The bulk of it are tiefling races.
Okay.
Various infernal races. There's a good mix of wood elves, couple of them, not too many. Probably about 25% less now that Lethial's dead. And you know there to be a smattering of other races in there. You know there's at least one kind of like larger giant-born individual who was playing cards that night. A few of the other people that play the game seem to be of various different races. A handful of dwarves. I mean, in total, the area of Wren's Fork is comprised mostly of people who are visiting, and less so people who are like of the village itself, like of the hamlet itself. They get a lot of mercantile business from the south heading northward.
What's your pitch then, Colt?
I'm sorry? Yeah, I
What's
barely
your
heard you.
pitch? What's your suggestion to how we handle this?
I just think there's too much uncertainty in Wren's Fork. They know we're going to the steam fields, and that does give us a disadvantage to go towards the steam fields. But the thing is, they don't want us going there, and if they're gonna do something about it, then if they don't want us to go, they're gonna do something about it. They strike first, we strike at them. I don't like striking blindly in a box where you don't know if you're hitting someone that's innocent or not. I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea that some of these people may just attack us because they feel the need to because of the hierarchy of whatever's going on. I don't like the idea of that. I'm not going to kill anyone that's innocent, even if they're just following orders. I don't agree with that. Out of fear, they may be fighting against us. I don't feel comfortable with that at all. And only because we're going into their town and you know, forming some kind of opposition. If we're going to go in there and we're going to have a discussion with them about something, or to find out more information or something or another, then that's fine. But I don't like the idea of having violence at the forefront going into that town, because violence will ensue, and I just don't like the idea of doing it in a town. It's not a violent force. We haven't seen it be a violent force, at least. Maybe we
They tried to kill
might make our
JJ.
It's not a violent force in the town. That was one person's actions towards us, sure, but we haven't seen anyone else in that town get attacked by whatever organization is being run. We haven't seen
We
anyone.
literally played a card game, and on the line was you having to kill the Baron.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not nice people.
There are plenty of not nice people in this world that we've already met that have
So let's kill a few
probably
more.
done just as bad of stuff as that. I mean, maybe even worse. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We don't know enough about this, or I don't feel like it's enough of a threat towards the people there that we need to walk in and start kind of trouble essentially unprovoked. I feel like it's not heroic. I don't feel like that's heroic in any way. And I don't care about the title. I don't care about I don't care about what it means to others. I just don't think that that's what a hero does. He doesn't walk into a town and burn it down, or even a building and burn it down with the assumption that he's going to kill all the bad guys. But sure, got to
You're
crack a few eggs.
It's not our plan.
You're the only one talking about
so
burning things
obsessed
down.
about destroying the town when we're talking about removing the people that we know are in control. I've
How
literally
are we going to remove
stated
the people
the
in
na-
control when we don't even know who's a part of it? How are
We
we
know
going
at
to know
least
who
two
to
of them
attack?
for
Are they
certain.
wearing some kind of symbol? Are they wearing some kind of costume? Are they?
You've
Do
seen
we
their
know who they?
faces.
Okay, we've seen the face of one person. Tell me who else is a
Two.
part of it.
Samson and
Samson and who?
Samson and Triana.
Okay, so we got
If
two
we
people.
could, if we could
How many
avoid the
people are in
town,
town?
We're trying to avoid the town in its entirety.
if that was a possibility, would you be okay with that? If we could avoid the town completely.
Okay, let's take the town out of the equation. Let's completely remove the town. How many people are in that building? May I ask, DM, how many people did we see around that building?
Working
On
together,
average?
like if you are all to compile like some of the different faces you've seen, being that it's mostly wait staff and the like, you know that there was at least 20 people in the manor who all were at the edge of the gates waving goodbye to you all.
Okay.
Most of them being the maids, the butlers, people who seemingly were nice for the most part, but could be involved. Many of them were tiefling. Almost exclusively, the house staff is of the tiefling race.
Okay.
Let's say we go back to the manor and try to talk to the Baron and see what they do.
Or even Samson and Triana.
Yeah,
We're
just anyone.
not talking about just going in guns a-blazing. We've said that many a time. We're not here just to go in guns a-blazing. We're going to go in, trying to figure out what's going on, talk to them, and if things come to things, it is what it is.
Down for that.
Just trying to see both sides. What happens if we go to the steam fields and there's a force there that could absolutely wipe us out?
It's
Like, what do we do after that?
It's the same thing in Ren's Fork. We don't know what kind
No.
of force we're up
I know,
against.
I'm just trying to see both sides. What happens if we go down there and we see what's going on? What do we do then?
If a retreat's necessary, I think at that point we have to head towards Keen's Plummet to meet up with the prince, which is our secondary anyway.
Well, they've told us to do what is in best interest of the king, right? So we do have to now take that into account.
Alright. Here's an oddball fucking look at it, if you will. Excuse my language, but what if leaving it alone is the best thing for the king? They're trying to expand Renfort. What if that is for the betterment of the king? It's an oddball
But
look
it's
at
not
it.
going to be under the king.
I don't
Somebody
know.
else is taking
Maybe.
over.
They seem to be still working under the king.
Well, the Baron.
They
The
haven't
Baron.
made any particular moves yet not to be under the king. Again, this all entails talking to them, figuring out what's going on. That's the oddball look at it. But again, that involves Colt going back to the manor, talking to the Baron, talking to Samson, talking to Triana, whoever else is involved in figuring out what exactly is going on.
It's not my intention to convince you guys to do whatever you guys feel is right. I'm only trying
I think
to tell you why I wasn't comfortable with it.
we're just trying to decide what's right. That's the thing. Your input matters about it.
We take a 10-minute break here. We'll let cooler heads prevail, as it's getting a little intense. It is 8:38 now. We'll come back at 8:48 Eastern Standard Time, or whatever your local equivalent is. When we come back, we will have a decision, and hopefully everyone can decide what comes next. So, with that, we'll look forward to speaking with you guys, and so yeah, hi guys, what's up? Only the handsome, sexy people stay after the break, so I'm assuming of the 6 of you that are still watching, you're all handsome and very sexy. Or beautiful. I don't want to get too crazy, but, you know, whatever your preferred positivity definer is, you're that. I think I need to move away from like the physical stuff. I just need to be like, only level 20 characters stay after the break. I think that's gonna be my new thing. We'll play with it. We're gonna send it to marketing, see what marketing says. Anyway, so when we came back from the break, or we went to break. When we went to break, the group was discussing their next potential for how to handle this. They've found that Ren's Fork is full of effectively people who cannot be trusted and may not have the kingdom's best interests at heart. With that, they are deciding now, the group in whole, deciding it might be best to go through Ren's Fork back to the manor of the Baron on the other side of the Twin Rivers, the split in the rivers, and try and confront the butler and bard, as it were, as they were the 2 people they know definitely have a hand in this. How many other people? We cannot say. Colt Honeycutt, having said he would go in the group's direction, did find it in his heart to question the group's morality and the plan heading forward. Albeit a bit bullheaded and uses of many, we're going to burn it down. But either way, good to voice it. So with that, you all return back, having right into discussion about how to proceed, concerns being levied about who is innocent and who exactly can be dealt with within Ren's Fork safely and soundly, or if this is a plan requiring alternative means of success. With that, I turn it back over to you all. Good luck. Make good choices.
Alright. I hear everyone's concerned. What if we rest up on it, think about it, continue to have discussions with each other, with ourselves. In the morning, I can contact Samson or Triana, since those are the 2 that we know definitely are part of this, and make sure that we have an amicable meeting, or extend the offer rather, because let's be honest, we don't know if they'll accept that or not. But that is my new hand in this whole ordeal.
Could I add something to that, JJ?
Of course,
If we're gonna sleep on it, can we do that away from where we just killed this fella, and or maybe move his body off the road? You know, I'm
That's
gonna go
fine.
do that right now. I'll be right back.
Is his body just? Oh, I think you're muted.
DM's on mute.
Sorry, my bad. Don't mind me. Just mute myself so I don't interrupt you guys. So Orville, you turn, and you're like, let me go deal with that real quick. And as you turn and look to the road, where once was Lethiel, the wood elven hunter, now exists a pile of blackened acidic sludge in a mound that is slowly encroaching itself deep within the recesses of the earth.
Right. He's just gonna kick some dirt on that and leave it to nature.
Some dirt over.
Bucky, could you
a little bit of
mold that
sizzle.
over a bit and give it a proper burial?
Yeah, Bucky casts Mold Earth.
Okay.
over it.
You like flipping bacon to the other side. You move some earth over it and you hear before finally enough bacon is flipped and the temperature of the pan is made even and there is no more sizzling sounds. Just a blackened bit of pitch on the earth that seemingly is a stain forever engraved upon that spot.
Sweet.
But yeah, all covered up. No one
we
will ever
gonna-
know. Don't act suspicious.
JJ,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you think you would say to them to get them to meet?
I don't really know. I hadn't thought that far yet.
That's my concern. I'm not sure why they would care about us anymore. So we would need reason for them to want to meet with us.
We could always let them know that the king knows now about some of the little operation. And depending on how it goes, we can either figure out if this will be in the best interest of the king or if this is not in the best interest of the king or whatever is going on.
I suppose we could try that, but we'll have to be well on guard. I wouldn't be surprised if they would take a meeting with us at that point to be nothing more than an opportunity to remove us from the equation. But if
An
we
offer of options.
want to truly try and find out more information from the horse's mouth, they're the only two we know that we can potentially get that from.
So what's the play, team?
I'm in favor of more information. I said I'm my vote's with sleeping on it.
You can always tell when it's normal people. 'Cause normal people want a lot of information. I think next D&D party we'll have one paid actor and everyone else will be normal people. I appreciate that though. It's like the seedy stuff you don't get to see. You get to see people debating and questioning themselves. So what are y'all feeling? Where do we go from here? Head down the road and make camp? Turn? Try to sneak through the city? Go through the city? Shout buckaroo, head to the steam fields? Or...
Was that a shot at me?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Or, and I'm just throwing this one out here too, you guys go to Orin, sail far from here, take up a life of professional Collected Conquest players. It's not off the table yet. It's a
Go
craze
back up.
that's sweeping the nation.
We go back up north. We find out what's going on with that Dwarven King.
Yeah.
Introduce Collected Conquest to the
Ooh.
land.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
become heroes of Collected Conquest because we're already one step ahead of everyone.
Heroes of the Snow. Doesn't have the same ring of it.
Should have just switched all those months ago.
Yeah. I guess you would be Stone Hearth Heroes. Orville. Still got it.
We find Fortune. We kill him.
Step 1, kill Fortune.
Step 1, kill Fortune.
That man's had it too good for too long.
Fortune done to any of us.
Make sure he
Except
can't
Colt.
come back
Oh,
this
damn.
time.
Jesus. Oh, are we sure you're not the bloodthirsty one? I'm feeling the tides
one-
have shifted.
There's one spying on me.
Oh.
Although I'm still not sure why it was a lover's curse, but anyway. I did not have sexual relations with Fortune.
Let that be clear.
DM, can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, sure, go right ahead.
Sub 10.
Sub
I
10?
did not.
I mean, Orville acting kind of, I mean, like, as you hear this, he's sub 10. Colt's words, he didn't have sexual relations with, he's really adamant in defending this. At a sub 10, I feel like Orville kind of believes that, like, something did happen. Like, Colt acting a little sus. Might have been something there. There seems to be a rich history.
Got that little bead of sweat that he always has when it's about an orc woman.
Yeah. Colt's
The
defending
anime
himself.
beat of sweat.
So, yeah.
My only concern with JJ's idea is that they might not, give us anything useful. But I mean, it's definitely worth a try.
I mean, at that point, if they don't, we just
So what's your other
Yep.
option, Bucky?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, they might not be forthright with you even if we do talk to them. So, we're gonna have to deal with this one way or another.
But at least in that situation, we would be fighting whoever they choose to bring with them to confront us, which would likely be their warriors who are capable and not incapable, innocent people who are just member of the townsfolk.
I also thought we weren't going in even to the manor guns a-blazing. So I thought that was the whole plan all along, was to try and get in there, maybe try and talk to somebody. But this way it would at least give us a, hey, we're here to talk before we're even there.
I think
Or was I misunderstanding what
I
we
just
were
think
doing
that
and going to?
they've already tried to kill us. The game's kind of up for them. Like,
no, the
they-
game is up for
Yeah.
them because we have informed the Herald. I have an idea. Well, it's mostly JJ's idea, but I have an idea for actually what to say to get them out now. We can inform them that we now hold the cards of what Silverhearth does in reaction to them taking control of the city. And that how the city reacts to them requires them going through us. They must prove to us that they are people who should be in this position. And then once we know what they are up to, we can decide how to handle them. And we will hopefully only be dealing with actual people behind this and not any innocents.
So we're kind of blackmailing them in a way.
I wouldn't particularly call it
Is
blackmail.
anyone here opposed to blackmail?
not at all.
I'm just trying to, get straight what you're proposing here.
Call that flirting in Numeria. It's, yeah, sort of. I mean, otherwise, how are we going to... because we have nothing else to truly convince them to meet with us. We are an ineffective force against them right now. We mean literally nothing. We have left their city and handed them whatever they want, whatever they're up to. The only thing we know that they don't want is word of what they're up to going to Silverhearth. That is what we are in control of. We do have to hold something over their head, so they're not going to give us a second thought.
I think that is a good idea. And maybe to make it sweeter, we say, what can we do to help y'all and work through this together?
I think it would have to be something like, oh, if something happens to us, we have word on its way. We can't just be like, oh yeah, if we say, like, we might say something, because then they're just going to come kill us. Then it's just murder.
Well, and if they just come to kill us, we can deal with them then, because...
Yeah, we don't know how many. Could be the whole town, could be...
I
Two
don't
of
think it'd be
them.
the town at that point. It would be fewer than a whole town.
It's hard to say what they would do.
But if they're using the whole town to defend, why wouldn't they use the whole town to attack?
There's too many unknowns with it. We'd have to make it seem like we would need to be absolutely safe.
The whole issue with the whole town that Colt was trying to pull together is that you don't just burn down people that you think are innocent or aren't innocent, or you don't involve them if you don't have to.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Nobody's proposing that.
I'm just saying that we need to make sure that we're not just saying, oh, we'll go tell somebody if you don't talk to us or figure this out. We need to make it seem like we have somebody already on the way.
Yeah, and that's what
We don't walk out of this.
what I'm
We
trying
have
to
told somebody, but
Yeah.
what I'm trying to emphasize here is that even if they come to get us, they're not going to send the whole town. Even if they're using the whole town to defend it, they're not going to send the whole town out.
That's the thing. We don't know how many people they would send to kill us. I don't think they would send the whole town. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think they would. But that is still... There's still some possibility of them sending quite a force. Is there not?
Even if they send the whole town, it's better that we face them out here where they don't have a hometown advantage, if you will.
Yeah, at least we won't burn the town down if we kill them all out somewhere else.
Don't want to burn the
doesn't
town
killing
down.
every citizen of a town kind of count as burning it down in a certain point of view?
I'm just saying.
If we leave and go meet the prince and then tell them everything that happened and tell them they defected, would they not send a force over there to kill the town?
They might,
They
but that's not
absolutely
blood on
would.
our hands.
And that's why these people would need to be in negotiations with us
Mm-hmm.
before we just let Silverhearth do what Silverhearth do.
Yeah, but if you think about it, though, and you tell somebody, you're like, oh, I already told somebody close to the king what you're doing, would you not just try to...
We gave the king a base level knowledge, and he said, handle it.
I mean,
They said handle it. And whether that be negotiate or talk to them or decimate them, we haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
Because if I could finish real quick, that if he doesn't get word back from us in a few days, I'm sure they'll send someone down here. But if he hears back from us by end of tomorrow and we figured out the situation, then the situation's figured out.
I'm not saying I don't want to negotiate. What I'm saying here is if we lay all our cards out on the table and say we already told somebody, I just don't think that's a smart move.
yes,
I don't think
then
that
we tell
ensures our
that somebody that we handled it. Handling it doesn't necessarily mean having killed all of them if we can come to some sort of agreement with them.
I don't
That's
want
the
to kill
point.
them. I want to negotiate with them. I want to send the message. I want to talk to them.
We're
But you
trying
were
to
saying that we were just going to tell
Then
them,
how are
oh,
you going to get
we'll
them
tell
to
them all
come
about it.
and meet with us if we don't inform them that we've already laid the only card we have on the table?
Sure. I'm just saying, if I were in that position and somebody told me they had already told somebody, I would just... Maybe it's rogue speaking, but I would just try to kill them and then fix the problem.
But
like
that
we're
wouldn't
trying
fix
to
the
do.
problem.
Yeah, they would still send.
Because they'd kill us, and then the people that we've informed still roll them over.
But if they killed us, right, which is who they sent to fix this problem, who's to say they're not going to just send 6 more people? 6 more Weavers Chosen.
Sure.
What if we contact the Inquisitor?
Well, that's the person we haven't contacted that we could tell them we're going to call if they don't meet with us.
Yeah, I think he'd probably take swift action on that one.
That's what I'm saying. He might be able to give us a little bit better guidance than Lemire, especially because he's friends with the Baron, supposedly.
No. We don't call him right away. This is the right move. JJ calls them, tells them that if they do not meet with us by X time tomorrow, we will inform the Inquisitor of what they have done. That's the key. That's how we ensure that they will meet with us, and they will have to. And whether they come in force to destroy us, because we can just run away. If we see them coming in force, if they come in force, we can outmaneuver them. We can just leave and send the message.
Here's my thing.
That's my point.
What if they got the Inquisitor in their pocket, like they got the Baron in their pocket?
Well, that.
I doubt that, but that could be a possibility.
If they had that, I think that there wouldn't even be any subterfuge down here at this point. It would have all been just
Cool.
done.
I was just something that popped up into my head.
Oh, it's fair. It's hard to say. He's just a frightful individual who I think they wouldn't want to have to deal with. And I think that might be the name that we could invoke that may force them to at least consider
Yeah, I'd be down
speaking
with that.
further to us.
Kind of hold the Inquisitor over their heads.
Sorry, that's what I meant the whole time. I didn't want to lay our cards out all on the table and then it backfire. But I also
Well, we
forgot
have-
the Inquisitor existed.
Well, we have to say something to them, or they're just
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to agree to meet with us.
No, I know. I wanted us to say that, but I didn't want us to just be like, oh yeah, we already told somebody, and then that's it.
Yes, so the threat of calling the Inquisitor.
Exactly. That's what I
Okay,
wanted.
so- Yes. I think we have a plan. Right? Do we have a
Bingo.
plan now?
Yes.
We did it.
Got there.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So
How's that, Colt? Does that work for you?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that works in our best interest rather than I like that idea. I'll just say I like that idea. I'll keep it
Perfect.
short.
Thank you, JJ.
Now let's head a little ways away. Do we want to rest in the forest?
I mean,
Or do we want to head down and kind of take the road a bit towards Orin?
sorry, I don't really know where we are.
at present moment, let's see if I can do this. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. There's me. Yay! You guys are right about there. The first bend in the road.
Thank you.
That just looks so weird.
I love it. I
When
think
you
I do it.
float,
Yeah,
when you're floating.
I do it all the time for the gaming streams. I'm always like, look at this thing on this character's stat line. So I'm like, that's the best thing I can do, rather than try to figure out like, oh, if you count 4 dots, like, and then you do that, it's right here. It's here, and I'll move myself. Hold on. So yeah, you guys are currently at the first real bend of the road heading southward. You could travel further still into the night to get to the crossroads if that's something you want to do, or you could attempt to find a campsite and kind of bunker in at the small collection of trees that run the length of the river.
Do we think the crossroads would be where we would want to meet them?
You asking me or people?
People. Hi, I'm in character. Sorry.
It's a good exit strategy.
We
Do
head
you
down
think
to the
they'd be willing to
crossroads.
travel that far,
But
though?
then we could get pinched in from the steam fields.
But we have a direct path towards Orin. We still have a way out that's a clear road.
Do you think that they'd be willing
As
to
opposed
travel?
to if we meet anywhere between Wren's Fork and the steam fields before the fork in the road.
What was that, Colt?
Do you think that they'd be willing to travel that far? I mean, I know we're kind of holding them to that, but like they might
Yeah.
heavily suggest that we're closer or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's the hope. They would have to meet our demands, and if they didn't,
Yeah.
they would suffer the repercussions of it. So,
I may also
Yes,
think it's
I-
safer.
it's not... It's that... Orville, get your tools out. How far a ride is this?
Is that just a cartography tool check?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. 24.
Looking it over, how far it took you inside of a couple hours to get to the bend. Probably looking at double the amount of time plus. So if you rode right now in the middle of the night, you might reach the crossroads by the start of morning. That's at this point, after hours long of conversation, the combat, the cleanup. It's kind of where you're at. It's teetering towards like 1, almost 2 a.m. Like you guys
What if
probably
we
left
rest
at night.
here? We head off the road, we head into the forest a little bit. We rest, we keep watch. We wake, and then we start heading towards the crossroads. And we send the message while we're on the way there. They'll be behind us.
Yeah, might as well do that.
And if they beat us there, we'll get to see what they're sitting there waiting with. We can veer off if we have to.
It might be potentially advantageous for us to maybe hide as they approach crossroads to see what kind of force they bring.
Well,
Anyway,
it would depend. It would depend if they're able to beat us there. Because right now we wouldn't get there until morning. So if we would have to go somewhere and rest now to get a decent rest before morning, so that JJ would be recharged for any of this to work, and then we make haste towards the crossroads and give them a ring on the way down. That's what I'm suggesting. And if we arrive before, we certainly could prepare a little hiding spot for a few people potentially. Keep the cart in the distance towards Orin, that someone could make haste if things are getting bad.
I agree with that. I like the plan.
I can agree to this.
Alright. Good.
So stowing the cart and finding a spot inside the tree line near the river, and then
Yeah.
camping down for the day. Is that the plan?
Well, for the night, so that we can head out right in the early morning, hopefully.
Okay. So working together, you all move your wagon off from the road You take all 4 of your horses with you, and you all head towards the river itself. You look and soon find the tree line is very sparsely separated. The trees that exist primarily are those growing out from the river, almost in a mangrove variety. Sticking to high and dry land, you find some covering from the tree, and that you can still spot the road about 150 or more feet from your location. But as best as you all are able to manage, this seems to be the best place where you're not going to be wet and stuck in the muck the entire night. But you do find an area.
Bucky's gonna cast alarm over the campsite.
Okay. And anyone else? As you guys are getting set up for the evening?
Orphan wants to take a quick look around the campsite for any nasty nests of bugs that might ruin a night's sleep.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
7.
7. Okay. You look around the area. You don't seem to find anything else. You can hear crickets and mud bugs that are more closer to the riverbank, roughly about like 75 to 100 feet away from your campsite, where it starts to get turning into more of a marsh than it is actually like dry land.
Okay.
Okay.
Knowing that, or at least thinking that that the area is free of pests, we're gonna bed down for the night.
Okay. All right. So you guys make preparations for bed. You circle the horses and prepare to kind of bed down for the evening. You set the wagon off, release the horses, and tie them down. You guys set up camp. Anything you guys doing for camping? What is the watch order if you guys are heading to bed? Let me know what your plans are. How do you want to do
Bucky's gonna send Frick up in like a kind of like a circle pattern, just doing recon in the general area.
it? Okay.
JJ will take a first watch for doing watches.
Same.
So JJ and Buck for the first one?
Yep.
Okay. Who's on second watch?
Orville will hop on second watch.
Okay. Orville and anyone else? Morgan?
I'll take second.
Okay.
I'm gonna summon Chonkini first.
Okay. You summon Chunkini. From the void, the smell of catnip permeates the air, and then suddenly you hear... A very large cat appears out of the abyss and slumps down on the ground, exhausted from its sleep. And then we have Colt and Vel as our final, with Vel only needing half the rest as the rest of the group. All right, seems good to me. So you all set up camp. You tie down the various horses. It is late into the evening at this point. You are hearing the various sounds and echoes from out the dark wilderness night. I need JJ and Bucky to make me perception checks. Bucky, do you have dark vision?
So I was gonna say he's gonna use his sight through the familiar.
Okay, so the owl has dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make your perception check.
All right. So 15.
15?
24.
Okay, 24. All right. So, with that, you both set up watches. You make camp. It takes about an hour or so to get everything situated. The horse is cared for, the saddle's taken off, all that nature and recourse. You begin to take camp. Bucky, you keep watch over the area. Your owl maintaining a visual run over the top. Doesn't seem to see anything that might pose a threat or danger. JJ, you don't so much see anything as for a time You continuously hear the waves, excuse me, the waves crash and rock into the riverbed, and there's a slight tremor and rumble in the area. The ground itself has a small kind of shake to it. You start to pick up on this kind of almost rhythmic pattern. It seems as if it's caused maybe further down the river. But with a 24, you definitely start feeling like an uneasiness in the land itself, and you're not quite sure exactly where it's coming from.
All right.
All right. So, as your watch continues, you need to maintain and keep watch over the active area. JJ, as you are nearing the end of your first watch, you look out into the distance, and some about 200 feet away or so, you look out and you happen to look a bit southward, and you see what can only be described as a almost like a monolith that seems to glow in the darkness. This large hefting stone that you're not quite sure was there at the outset of your camp. It permeates the area, and as you sit there and watch it, it seems like it's growing. Not at like an alarming rate, but it definitely, every so often you'll check. A minute later, it looks like it's gotten bigger. A minute later, it looks like it's gotten bigger, and it just seems to be rather peculiar.
Is it in the same shape of those radio towers, kind of?
No, it's actually like stone. Instead of like a black receiver or tower, it actually looks like a large mass of stone. Almost akin to like a boulder, or it doesn't seem to have any like real shape to it. And it's hard to see in the darkness. It's definitely not that pitch black obsidian, and your dark vision does alleviate a bit of it as far as for shape and size. Does seem to be rather large.
JJ's gonna point it out to Bucky. Can you run your buddy over and see what that is, perhaps?
Yeah. Bucky will have Frick kind of fly above it.
Mhm.
About a good 30, 40 feet above it.
Okay. You have the owl swoop up overhead. How long can you see through its eyes? It's 100 feet, right?
I think so. Let me double check.
I don't know if you get anything special for being a warlock of the what's it called?
No, I don't have a chain.
Oh.
I don't have the pack chain, so I
Didn't
just get
really tomboy.
find familiar.
Mhm. We see redemption for those two. Work on that while I'm working on it. What's the distance, Buck?
I'm still trying to find that. Sorry.
Should be in the spell, I believe.
Here we go. All right. If it's within 100 feet of me, it can communicate
Okay.
telepathically and all that.
So yeah, your owl will get up to 100 feet. You'll lose visual sight of it, and it'll bank back around. The target is further than 100 feet. Do you want to send your owl out by itself, or do you want to just have it circle back when you can actually keep an eye on it?
About how far away was it?
Hard to guess as an owl. You'd assume about 200, maybe further. Definitely further than 100 feet. You can confirm that for sure.
Yeah.
But you're asking a flying bird to determine how far away something is even by your assumption, it's like, I don't know. You could are you trained in insight?
No.
Then oh man, magnets, how do they work?
Bucky's gonna pop out of his familiar's vision and say it's too far away. We can try to get closer, but I can't see through my owl's eyes that far away.
I don't want to leave everyone here. I could move up, perhaps, because I can see fairly right in the dark, and see what it is. Or we can leave and just leave it for the next watch. But it's there and it's growing, and I think it would be smart to know what it is.
Me too. Yeah, we could try to get a little bit closer, or I could back you up, and you could holler if you need me.
Yeah, why don't you keep your fella hanging back behind me.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm sure I could yell back as far as it needs to.
Okay.
JJ will start headed that way. Just make sure you pop in and out and make sure stuff's all right here.
I got the alarm going,
And
so I'll hear it.
Perfect.
All right.
She will start headed toward the stone.
All right. You start making way towards the stone. Walking as you do. First 6 seconds pass. Second 6 seconds pass. You come upon this large, hefty looking rock. And then the closer you get, you begin to hear this kind of thumping sound, this doof, 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 this grinding sound. And as you get to about 100 feet away from it, the sound stops. Everything goes quiet. You look around the area. Seems to be a massive, colossal stone. This thing is probably about inside of 25 feet tall. And it seems to be stuck in the dirt from 100 feet off. You can see the ground around it is raised up and broken in certain pieces.
Does it have any sort of markings or...
Yeah, you want to go up to it and actually investigate it?
She'll move a little closer, a little bit at a time.
All right. You start slowly moving forward, I assume pulling your weapons out, just being safe.
Mm-hmm.
You move closer and closer to the stone. Do you speak Aklo?
No.
No? Okay. You hear a deep voice of a muttering go. You watch as the stone rises from the earth and is raised overhead of a large gray-skinned individual that towers tens of feet tall, a huge man made almost seemingly carved of stone, looks dead in your face and chucks this massive boulder over your head. I need... I'm going to let everyone roll for their own horses. And then I need Bucky, Morgan, Colt, and Vel to make dexterity saving throws. Bucky, you make yours normally. Everyone else, you're at disadvantage.
Am I included in this?
No. You are currently out of it.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
All right. So, with that, we'll start here with Sesame. What did Sesame get?
2+ whatever a horse gets, so probably Smoosh.
Okay. What did Mayonnaise get?
A 16
Okay.
plus whatever horses get.
Okay. What did Mustard get?
Find out now. A 14 plus whatever horses get.
Okay. And then finally, what did Hot Dog get?
3.
A 3. Okay.
Horses get no plus.
They get no plus. Okay. So I heard 16. What was the other one, Colt?
14.
14. Okay. The cart obviously fails. Vel, Colt, Morgan. What do we get?
I got a 10.
A 10. Okay. Colt.
I got a 1.
Oh, God. Okay.
My
Morgan?
other roll was a natural 20, but I took the lower one.
Morgan, what do you get?
Same, Vel, same. I
Same?
got a 16.
16. Okay. So,
You do have lucky.
you do have lucky. You want to reroll
Well,
it?
I have a +7, so
It's true.
it's like
I know, but if you roll an extra die and one of your die that you first rolled was a crit, you can just take the crit.
You literally get to choose of the
So.
3 dice you rolled if you use lucky.
I feel like
if you
it's
don't
a
roll
16 bad.
I don't know.
I don't know, but you have a crit, so you have something you
Yeah,
know
you-
will succeed. It's just
you
some
can
decision for you to
replace
make.
You can replace your d20 with like a beanbag and roll that instead, and just be like, "The crit, thanks."
Okay.
Is this technically an attack roll?
This is a saving throw from a ranged weapon known as a boulder.
Okay, so I can use cutting words. Could I use cutting words?
No, because I don't
guess
have to roll. It's a saving throw
Oh, okay.
with an area of effect.
All right, I'm gonna take that 27 then.
Okay, so Morgan takes the 27, makes the save. Bucky, what'd you get? Bucky?
I got an 8.
An 8? Okay.
Yep.
Give me 1 second here. So, let me go ahead and put this on the table. Please open. There we go. There we go. And...
Remember that time we got in a heated debate and then Colt died by a boulder?
Then half the party died by boulder.
Yeah, I got a nat 1, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what that means.
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Gets kids going.
Gets the kids
That's from
going.
that one song I can't search with Siri.
Yeah, you can't. We can never look that song up, unfortunately.
I can never look it up.
Because this is the night where we would have lost the temp HP. Do those go away at the start of the rest or at the end of it?
The next time you would rest is when they go away. So this is technically they're gone.
Okay.
Bucky, you look out into the distance. You're the first one, like a bowling pin, out into the horizon. You hear, as JJ watches this massive creature, fuck, this massive stone, this nearly 25 foot by 25 foot wide stone, hurls through the air like a cannon fire. You look out into the night sky, look up, and you hear... and it hits you. Suddenly you find what you were missing, a massive boulder. You take a grand total of 30 points of bludgeoning damage as the stone collides with you, and you fail your dexterity saving throw. The boulder...
So our hit points are gone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The boulder tears through the rest of the camp, rolling over and crunching the bones of the horses.
Would Bucky's and JJ's be gone? Because they haven't started their rest yet.
Oh, that's true. Bucky, you would still have yours. Good call.
All right. Hey, thanks.
There you go. You see as this large stone rolls like a father leaving home and tears through the campsite, the sound of horses pinned down to the ground crunch and skewer as none of them pass their DC 17 dexterity saving throw while pinned to the ground. You hear crunching sounds as each horse takes 30 points of bludgeoning damage. Pieces of the stone rip and tear as it waffles your cart. And each of our sleeping people, other than Morgan, you all take a total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage as shards and shrapnel from being adjacent to the cart rip and tear until the tearing is done. As at this point, you are all awake. Orville, yourself included. You all awaken. Many of you waken with pieces of stone and rock embedded across you. As your eyes slowly adjust to it, JJ, you look in front of you and you see a massive human-looking man of dark gray skin befitting stone. Sat on their shoulder is a black-caped individual with large curled horns. And you see them look down at you and raise a hand up towards you. And the individual on their shoulder goes, "Now then, no funny business. I've had quite enough of meddlers. I thought we'd seen the last of you all. Tell your friends to stand down. I'd hate to pop you." So
JJ's gonna... If you let me back up so that they can hear me. Sure thing.
of course, the concern is that they need to hear you. Is that right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Give me an opposed athletics or acrobatics. Your choice.
Acrobatics, but it's a 9.
Okay. You kind of like hear what he says, and he kind of taps the side of his giant friend, and this large hand reaches down and grasps you as you attempt to run away. He leans forward and grabs you and immediately squeezes you to the point where you scream. You hear "Ah!" as you hear JJ's voice cry out in pain. So you see this campsite, the horses crushed and broken through, and as we reveal more of the situation, so very far away is JJ and her new friend, a stone giant. So, from quite some distance away, you can hear JJ screaming. You then hear a booming, thaumaturgic voice call out in your direction. You hear, You there, sleepers, or whatever you're called. Surrender, or your friend will never have bones in her body again. You start hearing this thundering movement. The creature moves forward, still holding JJ. What do you want to do?
JJ will attempt to scream, stand down.
You get through a big muscly scream of stand down! As you can feel this tightening grasp on there. Goes, there, we're doing everything that you said. Good, good, good. What would you like to do?
That piece of shit killed my fucking horses.
Sure did.
That piece of shit has JJ in its grasp right now.
Sure does.
Piece of shit sure did a number on y'all.
Sure did.
I think they've got the upper hand. I think we.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board for standing down.
We don't have much choice.
Orville's gonna call
Unless you
out.
want to be -1, JJ.
All right, y'all got us. We yield.
You yield! How admirable! Tell me, who among you is your leader? Where is the hobgoblin and the elf? Come forward. Don't make me come fight you.
Well, Colt, it's been fun, hasn't it? And I'll just start walking forward.
Well, they don't know that. They don't need to know that you're leader.
Hobgoblin and the elf. That's you and me, buddy.
Alright. Alright, well, I'll start walking.
Alright. The pair of you walk forward. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Actually, like that. I think we've got it just about figured out. Should be right. Okay. So the pair of you walk forward. Beaten, bruised, with a large giant. A hand goes out. Says, stop just there. You see this individual. Sat upon the shoulder of this giant. He raises his hand for you to stop. He taps the side of the giant, and you hear something muffled in Aklo. Who does anyone speak Aklo? I think Orville does, right? You speak giant?
I speak giant, yes.
Okay. You hear the stone giant kind of turn and look and go, you want me to throw her? And you hear the small man kind of echo out a little bit harder to hear, but seems to shake his head and kind of just call back out. He holds a finger to the base of his throat, booms his voice again, goes, you've all found yourself very much in the middle of things, I would say. And you two seem to be the cause of this. I had thought my associates would have let you know how important it is that we provide a bit of this southern hospitality. Yet that was not good enough. So I feel an example must be made in this situation. You all have likely killed my man. I do not see the elf among you. You've threatened this entire operation, and you've likely reached out. I can only assume. And he looks at JJ. He goes, who have you told of this? And, like,
The Herald. The Herald, sir, but we merely said there was something afoot and that we would report back.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, since technically that's the truth.
That's an 18, please.
18, okay. He kind of looks coldly at you. You can see these bright, glowing blue eyes from beneath his helmet. He goes, the Herald. Good. The most trustworthy individual in the King's Court. I'm glad he knows. Surely your report will be exemplary tomorrow morning. Now for you two, who lead this band of miscreants in my lands. Tell me, how have you found the place? Is it not wonderful? Is it not a place of love and acceptance? Come now, do the giants have your tongue?
They've got our bard, so kinda.
Do you want to take this, or you want me to take this? Because I ain't gonna be dishonest.
Mister, I think they're a little tongue-tied.
That's quite all right. We'll help loosen that tongue then. Make a Constitution saving throw. He taps the back of his spurred boot against the stone giant, and they increase their grip on you.
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right.
I have a lot of 2s on my dice today.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You start hearing popping from the various joints. Come now, loosen your tongues, or I'll loosen every joint in her body.
All right, I've found the countryside very beautiful. I found the rivers very pleasant. I found the trees and the birds to be more colorful than that of the north.
Now that is a landmark review. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Colt Honeycutt.
Captain Colt Honeycutt. Might I approach, good captain?
Of course.
Very well. And he taps the side of his giant friend.
Would you mind letting go of my friend and not hurting her anymore?
Oh, I wouldn't mind doing so, but I think she's quite attached to my friend. And you see, he kind of like motions to the stone giant, and the stone giant takes its free hand and rubs the top of JJ's head very, very harshly, to the point where the tip of one of her antlers snaps. He goes, "Oh, come
She's gonna
now."
kind of cough. She's gonna cough, but also gently pat his hand and like, thank you.
Here, Orville, you translate this roughly in giant as good pet, good. The tiefling sat astride there and goes, well, in the effort of sportsmanship, formal introductions. I am known as the Black Ram of the Steam Fields. You most likely do not know my name, and that is for good reason. But I welcome you, Mr. Honeycutt, and your band of foolhardy adventurers. I had been made aware of your presence within Wren's Fork, and truly seeing everything that is majestic that I have built up and taken from those foolish murderers is something a sight to behold, would you not say?
I guess so. I don't...
Well, there's no need to guess. Look for yourself. There is no crime, no suffering, no plague, no illness. None of my flock are unwell or unhappy. It is a place of acceptance, of love and peace. It is the formation of such a thing that I seek to usher to the remainder of Ravon, the true Ravon, the true sons and daughters, to reclaim their birthright. Tell me, Captain Honeycutt, where do you hail from? Where's your home?
Direwood.
Direwood. I hear it's a lovely place, where you lick the boots of noble families for a scrap at the table. That hardly seems fair, don't you think?
I mean, Seems fair enough.
Fair enough for a dog. Words well spoken by one such as you, a soldier. One who works for the perceived notion of honor instead of the truth of freedom. Seeing all that I have done to these lands, seeing how my people welcomed you with open arms, you still sought to oppose me. I thought we'd put this matter to rest when we allowed a number of my flock to be sacrificed to your predecessors, so they could feel heroic, so they could feel brave, so they could feel like they rooted evil. But they hardly did that now, did they? I offer you a choice, Mr. Honeycutt. Join me. Your entire group. Submit to conquest. Ensure that we can be trusted allies. And come the morning, I can guarantee the lives of everyone here. Provided there is adequate compensation paid for my man.
What do you think is adequate compensation for your man?
A life was taken, one in which I cannot show his family, friends, or loved ones ever again. I feel an equivalent exchange is not unheard of. Granted, I will compensate your group for your horses, but I had to ensure you couldn't run from me. Or rather, run from my friend here.
You know, I had a tight bond with 2 of those horses.
And I had a tight bond with a speaking member of my community. A steadfast individual who saw fit that any who wandered the steam fields would never be lost and never be harmed. Not to say I don't value that of a pack animal, but I would choose your words very carefully if you mean to compare the two.
Oh, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that those horses were worth a lot more than what you just described. But how you described them, I should say. But I suppose if you would be willing to let go of my friend there so that we can discuss and so that she can heal up, then maybe we may have some kind of accord. But I need to know that you're willing to let her go.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm really good at this. I have a +0. I'm gonna use saving face.
He remembered it.
So, I don't reroll. No. So it was an 11 plus. So there's 6 people or 5 people with me.
I think it caps at 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll say
16?
JJ Vel, Bucky, Morgan, Orville, Aja, the bird. Chunkini counts as 2 because Chunkini's just that massive. Yeah. So you get a 16.
Yep.
He goes, sure. Why not? It means nothing to me now that the door to negotiation has opened. Go free, little rabbit. Go free. He turns and speaks in giant, goes, and it translates roughly to release the rabbit. The giant turns back and looks at him and kind of like leans it. Doesn't so much turn to look at him because he's on his shoulder. It's more that like kind of like arcs its head a bit to kind of mutter. Orville, it's a fucking giant. It can't mutter. It's a giant. So its booming voice kind of carries through and goes, I was kind of fond of this pet. And he goes, for now. He goes, okay. And sets JJ down and then very heavy-handedly taps the top of her head. JJ, you are knocked prone by this. And then the hand retracts and the giant crosses its big arms hand over hand and looks down at the rest of the group. He goes, there we go, Mr. Honeycutt. You'll find that I am a man possessed of morals and high honor. Can you say the same?
I hope so.
I can hope we all do. Go, have your discussion. We'll be waiting right here for you. Don't attempt to run. That boulder is not far enough away that we couldn't get it again. With that, JJ, you standing up and rejoining your friends?
She will give a nice, gentle pat to the giant's foot, just trying to keep in the giant's good graces, and will sheath whatever weapon she had and slowly back up, hands
Okay.
up to the group.
Go right ahead. JJ returns to the group. You all look, and as JJ returns to your midst, there are, in fact, two individuals. The Black Ram of the Steam Fields and his large stone giant friend, looming, waiting for your decision and answer. Continue.
Looks like they came to us.
Yeah.
Well, then we have no intention of joining them, do we?
Nope. So, is everyone ready for that moment where we might die now?
Yeah.
Are we right in front of the cart?
Yeah, what's left of it, yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah. There's
broken
not much
wheels
left.
and shattered axles.
I'm gonna go check on my flattened horses, or act like I'm checking on my flattened horses, and I'm gonna try to slide a hand around into my gun.
Sure, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Do you think negotiating that we leave and give a report is it?
I'm not willing to negotiate with
Or-
this fellow. This is the enemy we were
figured
looking for. This is the person behind
is
this. If we're about to bend the knee to them, then we are nothing.
You're right. You're right.
Colt, what'd you get for sleight of hand?
19.
19? Okay. You lean forward, look to the horse. It's in its small death throes. This you hear like a crunching, breaking sound as it attempts to breathe, but its lungs don't really expand for it. Go ahead and make me a sanity check, which is an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, I can't ever make these. That's a 6.
Yeah, you lose a point of sanity, seeing your horses crunched underneath the boulder of a giant. But you do manage with shaky hands and trepidatious movements, or kind of break apart the chamber of the weapon, pull out the still warm to the touch black shell, ditch it, and you can load whatever you want in there.
Let's do a blue arcane. No, yeah, blue arcane. Sure. Nah, red arcane. Sorry for flip flopping. Red
That's fine.
arcane.
Red arcane, okay. You take the red arcane. You load it in. Everyone else, what do you all want to do?
Just holding as still as possible.
Okay. You hold still. For the rest of you. You hear the black ram call out and go, "Not to nitpick, but it is rather hard to have a discussion if no one's speaking. Or are you all telepaths and I was not made aware of such?"
I'll walk back over to the group.
You return to the group.
So, we gonna do this?
What
Or
we came here
got
for.
any other
I think
better solutions?
this
Seems like about the best solution we got.
Where does everyone want to aim? The big guy or the little one? The little one's the
I can
giant, by the
attempt
way.
We don't know what the little one can do.
That's pretty fair.
I could potentially handle my new friend. Potentially.
Alright.
I'm just letting y'all know. Remember what I did last time with that one guy? This one is a real big area. So maybe stay away for a little bit if possible. Or I can
Don't go
try
running
to
in. God.
JJ's gonna tap him on the shoulder and say, "Do what you gotta do, bud. We got you. You got an inspo, please."
So, what's the go word for everyone? So we're gonna walk
Mayonnaise.
back over to this guy, right?
mayonnaise.
Pineapple. Or mayonnaise.
Colt says mayonnaise. Bucky says an irrelevant fruit to the conversation.
Said go word.
Go word is fruit.
Pineapple.
Alright.
It's been coconut in the past.
Yeah.
Then everybody be ready to draw and fire on. JJ, when you say handle your friend, do you mean let you handle it yourself?
I mean, I might be able to assist the situation if we'll see. Bucky, could you throw a little? I know you do that hex and stuff, but could you throw a little on his constitution, maybe
It would only
make him a little less weak.
It would
yeah.
only help against saves.
Nope.
Or against checks. Rather,
Oh.
checks,
Not
sorry.
saves. Also, is anyone
Gotcha.
trained in nature?
Yeah.
Bucky is.
Bucky is. Bucky, you know that the highest stat of any giant is their constitution.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Just
Like,
gonna save you the
con
trouble.
save.
I might not be able to do it.
Let's take out the big guy second then. Everyone aim on the boss man. The Black Ram. Try and take him out.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna walk over slowly to Vel. Like right between Vel and JJ.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna act like I'm gonna whisper something to Vel.
Okay. So you walk between. Oop, sorry. Bell and JJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just getting in position. They fucking killed my horses.
Yes, I know. Alright. Then we're all in agreement then. And I'm gonna turn around and walk a few steps closer to the giant and the death man.
JJ
how
will
far?
walk.
One more space.
One more space. And
Mhm.
JJ, where do you want to be?
She will walk up with Phil.
Adjacent or diagonal?
Yeah, right there's fine.
Bucky, do you want to move?
Yeah, Bucky's gonna move out, like, kind of behind where the cart was.
Like here?
Let's see, one sec. Yeah, that's good for now.
Okay, you go step on a dead horse named Hot Dog.
Yeah.
Orville, do you want to move?
Spruce, he'll move up a little bit.
Okay. What's a little bit?
Just within the bounds of the group.
Okay. So
Put me in the center of the folks. Right
There
there
you
is good.
Morgan.
I think I'm okay right here.
Okay. And that's everybody, right? I'll move the adequate familiars to the adequate familiar spot. As you all start
Chunkini's
moving.
here.
Oh, Chunkini's here too. I think I have Chunkini. Do I have Chunkini on the thing? I do not. What the hell? Give me 1 second. Un momento, por favor. So you do walk forward, however, and the black ram of the steam fields looks down, this bright blue glow in his eyes. Oop. And of course we lose. We gotta have all the technical difficulties right at this moment, because that's how this works. That's how this works. Uno momento for that as well. I need to play this fucking 200 times. Fuck it. Please play it. Please play. Anytime this year. I swear to God, rhythm. Okay, you know what? It's everyone's camera, or is it just my camera? Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Please hold. Technical difficulties. There we go. Fucking goddamn. All right. Oh wait, it's in party tokens, I think. Sorry, give me a minute. I have it all organized, I swear. There's Chunkini. Chunkini, size medium. So, with that, as you all approach, he looks to you all and says, "Have you reached a decision then? Come to make peace and join the winning side? Come to see the light in the hour of darkness that is the king?"
Great Black Ram of the Steam Fields, you have presented us an offer that we really cannot refuse. But we do have one caveat with it, if that's okay.
I'm a sensible individual. Please speak your mind.
Mayonnaise. And I'll just cast Magic Missile at him.
Okay. Anyone else taking surprise round actions?
Yeah.
JJ's gonna cast Bane
Okay, on him.
on him and the giant.
Okay. Colt.
I can't cast more than one thing, and I'm worried I'm gonna miss that shot, and I don't want to miss. Well, yeah, I don't want to miss that shot. We're just gonna do. Well, can't fucking do Fighting Spirit either. I'm gonna sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Morgan taking an action or no?
Yeah. I'm gonna do Witch's Bolt.
Okay. On who?
The ram.
Okay. Bucky.
Eldritch Blast on the ram.
Okay. Orville.
Step forward and take the defensive position.
Seems good. You take a step forward and take defensive.
In line with.
Go ahead and everyone roll
Bell
initiative.
and JJ.
Anyone with a 20 or higher? Morgan.
23.
Okay. 15 or higher. Orville.
15.
10 or higher.
14
13.
for Vel.
Okay. Vel at a 14. JJ at a 13.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 10 or higher. We already did that. 5 or higher. Colt?
9 for Aja.
Okay.
I got a 4.
9 for Chonk as well.
Okay. So we'll do Aja. We'll do Chonk. Bucky.
I rolled a 3 for Bucky and a 16 for Frick.
Okay. So Bucky and Frick would be right after Orville, right? What'd you get, Orville?
I was at 15.
Okay, so it actually goes before that. Frick. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there we go.
So Morgan, you cast Witch Bolt. The spell flies from your grasp. Orville, you stand and take a defensive position. The giant rears back a bit. Vel, you fire off Magic Missile. JJ, you cast a Bane. I'll do the saving throw in a second. Colt, you hold. Is what you're doing?
Oh yeah, I'll hold.
Okay.
Uh,
And Bucky, you fire Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Okay. Vel, in your long history of Magic Missile always hitting, it misses. as all of the attacks fly through the major illusion that is the black ram of the steams field, it shatters and waves eerily in the air, and you hear, "Good! I wanted to be clear that you were choosing death. Thank you for confirming this for me." And you hear in giant Orville, "Kill them." Morgan, end of the surprise round. What do you want to do?
Would that field still be around the giant?
What
Like,
field?
would I be? Or
So you watch as your spell goes through an illusionary effect of this man's body.
okay, cool. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess I'll just.
But you have one initiative, so you get to go first.
Yay! My
Yay.
favorite. I mean, I guess I'll just aim and shoot at the giant.
All right, go ahead and I'll roll to hit. If you aim with your bonus action, you get advantage, which means if you hit, you'll have sneak attack. It just means you can't move.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that.
So you spend your bonus action and your movement, you get advantage, roll at advantage, roll to hit.
It's 23 to hit.
23 hits, roll damage with sneak attack.
That is 18.
18? Okay, we'll take it.
Good oaks. That's it.
All right. Frick, what are we doing?
Flyby on the giant
Oop.
for the help action for Orville, I guess.
Okay. So flyby on the giant for Orville's next action or attack.
Yes.
Okay. Orville, your go. You see the giant swinging its arm wide.
Punch it in the dick.
Yeah, no, I guess.
Like punching a bag of rocks.
Are we going for it? No, I don't think we're going for it. I think we're holding off for Colt. I'm just gonna move up between Vel and JJ and continue holding the defensive position.
Okay. With that is Vel's turn.
I am going to put a spell slot into my arm as a bonus action.
Sure.
That is a 2, so that's the claw.
Okay. So you all watch as this kind of long tendril of shadow peels through this blackened orb that Vel has adorned upon herself in her missing appendage, and you see as this dark, shadowy essence begins to... No, we're not involving no crab, you motherfucker. Begins to rise up and tear through. In reality, you see this elongated, muscular, almost overly toned arm that seems to fester with pieces of shadow, ending in a long, hook-like taloned claw. A collection of 5 fingers that all round themselves with kind of a meat hook grip.
Always banking on the one I don't get. Either way, we need some help. And then I will use my actual casting to cast Summon Undead.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And I will put the...
Do the horse. Do the horse.
It's not on the horse. This is Burn. This is our
Burn?
good friend Burn.
Where do you summon him?
Right in front of the giant.
Right in front of him? Yeah, it's like, it's what, like 15 feet or something?
I have 90 feet of range
Oh, okay, so yeah.
to place it somewhere.
So you take with your free hand, you pull from your belt the large, kind of jeweled skull off to the side. Plated skull. And you heft it forward, it flies through the air, and a bolt of black energy flies from your extended finger, and strikes it. Sorry. You see his light emanates off of it and then is swallowed by shadow, and in a 3-point superhero landing, you see this large, haggard looking man who seems to be a bit wider than he is tall, He seems to have a bit of a foppy-looking haircut, a jaw that's been broken.
He is putrid. So he's the zombie one.
Sorry about that. And you see various holes and things in his body. It looks as if at the very center mass of this heavy, overbearing gut, he seems to wear a rotten and torn tunic that seemed to have belonged to a once robust and happy man. Now his stomach belays a number of small holes and pores that seem to drain his intestinal organs out from the front of him. You hear... and turns and looks in your direction and seems to have the smallest glimmer of intelligence before turning back and one eye going back into its socket to look at the giant. He rolls a... Does he roll initiative or does he act on the end of your turn?
He goes after my turn.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you summon Burn, you summon your arm, you have movement. Do you want to use it?
Yeah, I want to step 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 feet down, and I'll be straight below Burn, basically. So 5, 10.
Oh, you want to go to here?
But I'm going diagonal too, and then down one more. Yeah.
Okay. Easy to do.
Okay.
Burn's turn.
Yes. So he is going to make. I think he only has one attack right now.
Mm-hmm. He's level 3. I think he gets.
Yep. Yeah. So he gets one attack.
Mm-hmm.
So. Slash us out with his rotting claw.
Claw.
13 plus my spell attack modifier, so a 20 to hit.
20. You see him slap hard. A big wet palm strike onto the leg of this giant. Go ahead and roll damage. Here.
10 slashing damage.
10 slashing. Okay, takes it. You hear the snapping sound of Burn's arm as it cracks into what effectively is a stone leg, and it kind of looks and flicks its arm, and you hear a snapping sound back in place. Here.
You got this, buddy.
The sound of sucking air into the various holes in his throat. That is Burn's turn.
Yep.
Big guy's turn. The big guy will look down at the rotting undead in front of it, narrow its vision, and go, and look around at the battlefield, see all of you all, and walk right past Burn. Burn can take a free strike.
21.
Okay, 21. Actually, let's stop here. 21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
10 slashing.
10 slashing. Okay. We'll take it again. Consistent, if nothing else. The giant will move intermittently of the rest of the group. Yes, JJ.
Can I also get that concentration, or sorry, that charisma save from him from Bane?
I
Bane.
also
Sorry
need something from him.
Sorry about that. Charisma save, you said?
He
Yes.
Gets a 9, so is baned.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what do you need?
yeah, I need a Constitution save because he started next to Burn. Unless he's immune to poison, then you can just ignore this.
No, he's not. He gets a 13. No, 14. Sorry, 14. 8 plus.
14 is a failure versus my spell DC.
Okay.
So he is poisoned until the start of his next turn.
All right. Got it here. So he is poisoned. He walks up. He will pick up this horse, and he will swing it around. So he is poisoned, so he has disadvantage. And he has Bane, so we'll roll a d4 afterwards. So we're going to take the first strike on Vel. Using a horse. That is not good. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. He will whip the horse back around again. Attempt to take a strike on Orville. Oop. With disadvantage again. Boop, boop. And then the Bane. So with a -1, I have a 16 on dice. Pluses to hit. Brings me well above 25, Orville.
Oh, we on the pain train.
Okay, pain train it is. With his horse, he deals a grand total of 25 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Sheesh.
And I need you to make me a strength saving throw versus being knocked prone and underneath a horse.
That's 14.
14? Okay, you are knocked prone and underneath a horse. That is Big Boy's turn. End of his turn, does he get another save against Bane? Is that how it works? He gets one after the end of every turn? Beep boop boop ba doop boop.
It doesn't say. I attack roll before the spell ends. Nope, it doesn't say that there's another save.
Okay. What's
Unless
your turn?
I'm blind.
What do you want to do?
She will activate her sword.
You pull forward.
She will stay back as she was. Yeah, she will stay back as she was told.
Go ahead and roll your hit dice for the Saber of
Yep,
Sudar.
and then she will
Sudor.
say, "Hey, you big dummy! What do you think you're doing?" And she'll cast Vicious Mockery.
All right, needs a charisma save.
Wisdom save, actually.
Wisdom save. He crits.
Great.
So
Nothing happened.
You're like, "Hey, you big dummy!" Blah blah. He doesn't speak common and kind of just looks at you, goes, "Ugh," and starts leaning his arm over to reach for the next horse. That is.
She will.
Oop.
She will step a couple away, kind of up and to the left, I guess, on the field. Just a couple. Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Just so she stays out of the way of Colt and whatnot.
All right. Aja's turn.
Aja will give advantage on the next attack versus the giant.
Sure. Chunkini's turn.
The same, I guess.
Okay.
I can do that right.
Next attack does it. Colt, your turn.
Do it.
I'm gonna hurt some people though.
I'm prone under a horse. I'm fine.
Do it.
Yeah, but Vel.
That's fine. Do it.
Mm,
No, seriously. It's fine. Do it. I can be in it. It's okay. I have a reaction right now. Just do it.
okay. All right. So bonus action, fighting spirit.
Boom, boom, boom.
I still have JJ's D6
Mhm.
just in case.
Mhm.
And I will fire the red arcane round.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that one up just so I have it here. Let's see.
Okay.
Shell crafted with a nitro compound contains a single heated round that explodes on contact. On hit, the round deals base fire damage and causes a radius explosion on the target, causing all creatures to make a dexterity saving throw or suffer effectively a fireball. Okay, works for me.
So it will be a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Okay, you fire off this bolt. It goes straight forward. This soaring cartridge, this heavy looking shell. The giant will raise its hand up and roll a 19 on its reaction, which, if an object is hurled or fired at the giant can, with a successful DC dexterity saving throw, catch the missile flying towards it, take no bludgeoning damage for it, and redirect. He'll throw it right back in your face, Colt. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You see him go forward and straight attack on Titan style, snatch this large cartridge out of the air, take it, and throw it right back into Colt's face.
I'm gonna use. Wait, can I use the bardic inspiration on this or
Yes,
no?
on your dexterity saving throw. Of
I'm
course.
gonna use it.
All right. The saving throw of this is a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to all creatures within 20 foot centered on Colt. So that's still 5, 10, 15, 20. You still catch the giant. You also catch everyone except for Vel and Burn, but you catch everyone else.
See, Colt, I told you it was okay.
Well, I got a 16.
The giant
What
makes
was
Dex 15. It is a Dex 15 saving throw versus 8d6 fire damage.
20.
20. Okay, you make the save. So Colt, go ahead and roll your 8d6. Stone giants, kings of baseball. It's literally the stupidest ability that never comes into play, but it's any rock or similar object that is considered a missile. Okay, sure.
That's 29.
29. Okay, so if you did not get your dexterity 15, you take 29 points of fire damage. If you did make your dexterity 15, you take 15 points of fire damage for half.
How does me being under a horse affect this? Am I at disadvantage?
I will say you automatically fail, but you'll take half as the horse roasts away. How's that?
Neat.
Is that fair?
We can work with that.
I think that's pretty fair. So I'll just say there's a smoldering horse corpse that's now no longer on top of you. Let's see here.
1 is not 0.
1 is not 0 in this instance. Got it here. So Colt, you stand there, boom, fire off this big red round. The giant reaches forward, grabs it, spins around almost like a small child holding an airplane toy in a circle, and then releases it back in your direction. A large detonating boom explodes out and creates a crater of fire around you and all of your friends. Anyone unconscious, or is everyone still good?
Wait, do I take the base damage as well?
Yeah, he does hit you with your attack, if there's base damage
Oh, so I
involved.
have to do the 2d10.
2d10.
Oh, so I'm taking a lot of damage. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's a technical foul.
Bucky has fire-resistant armor, so he's
Oh, yes.
take half.
Half of half, so 15 and a half would be 8, because I round up. Bucky's like, I'm almost a tiefling too.
Yeah, I was ready for absorb elements on that one.
Yeep. Colt, that is your bonus action, your action. Anything else for your turn?
I'll move in closer, right in front of him, next to Chunkini.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and take a swing at him with the pistol.
Sure, go right ahead. Roll to hit.
Extra attack.
Mhm.
Should be a 21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So it's 11.
11?
Points.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 points of damage.
He takes it. You see him grunt and groan. Ugh. Okay. That's going to be your turn, Colt. Bucky, your go.
Bucky's gonna move straight up until he's like parallel with JJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he's going to hex the strength
Sure.
of this giant.
Okay.
So if he, just so everybody knows, if he tries to grapple, he'll have a disadvantage on that. And then Eldritch Blast number 1.
Okay.
Let's see. For a 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
.13 force and 5 necrotic.
Okay.
So 18 for the first, and then last number 2. Crit.
Sure. Go ahead.
So let's see. 28. I gotta roll hex. So I'm gonna crack him for 35 on that.
35 on the crit?
Yep.
Okay, takes it.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Start of the round. Morgan, your go.
Can I like kind of just back up, like just kind of get out of there?
Sure. Would you like to? Let me see here.
I should still have advantage.
Correct. You're gonna back up from here?
Yeah.
Okay, you back up. Boop. Where do you want to
Let's
go?
do one more for funsies.
Okay.
That should be good.
Mhm.
And then I'll just fire and aim.
Sure, go
Or
ahead.
aim and fire backwards. Oh. Hello?
Hello, hello?
Sorry, it's not showing me where I roll.
Uh-oh.
1 second.
Of course.
Okay. That's a 21.
21 hits.
That's 26 damage.
26 damage. Okay, he takes it.
Cool. That's it.
All right. Let's see here. After Morgan's turn is Frick's turn.
Frick's gonna fly by for the next attack.
Okay. Flybys for the next attack. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Works for me. Let's see here. All right, so round 2. Before Orville goes. Let's see here. Vel does a 17 on
He's
die.
still poisoned.
Not worried about him. Does a 23 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
No, I was gonna go to the bathroom. Oh, sorry. Excuse
Go
me.
right ahead. Yeah, that's right.
17.
17 makes the save, so you only take half. You're going to take, so far, that's going to be for 8, 9, 10, 11 piercing. And 7 of these. And 16 points of poison. As an arrow flies far away into your back.
Okay, I'm very down.
Okay. Second
Goodbye,
shot.
burn.
Oh, burn disappears?
That's concentration.
Ooh. JJ. We have a 13 on die for a 19 to hit.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. That is going to be for Constitution saving throw.
Okay. A 10.
A 10? Okay.
Yep.
You are poisoned 27 points of damage.
She's very...
They're unconscious.
What's the rules for... Yeah, what's the rules for death again?
It is double your total hit points passed.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
We're good.
Yeah. You mean like in one attack taking you down? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no worries. You drop down. You feel the arrow kind of sink in and it hurts, and then you immediately feel the poison pulse through, and you drop. Bucky, are you training perception?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Morgan, you're training perception?
Yes.
Okay. Morgan, you see roughly about 100 feet, give or take, from the battlefield, right about where JJ found the rock initially. 2 hooded figures with longbows poised up. Each one have fired an arrow into 2 of your friends.
Okay.
All right. Orville, your turn.
We are gonna go all out on this fella.
All right, go right ahead.
So I'm going to swing around to get the flank with Colt.
Okay. I think you have advantage 9 ways to Sunday anyway.
Oh, that's right. I need to get close to Phil anyway.
Okay, I need to get closer to Bill anyway.
Yep. We are going to lead with the good old attack action for 2 attacks.
Sure, go right ahead.
First one is a 23.
23 hits.
Second one is also a 23.
Also hits. Roll damage on both.
A 7, and then another 5. So
7 and a
total.
5. All right.
Yep.
Both hit. So 7 and a 5 is going to be 12.
12 total.
Yeah, after what he's taken.
And then we are going...
Oh, hold on. You crack the back of his knee. You see him drop down below, and you just punch him right in his massive kidney. You feel something rupture underneath your fist, and he falls over. He seems concussed.
Alrighty then. I guess we're just gonna do a hand of healing on Vel then to get her up.
All right, roll it.
7 points of healing.
7 points. Seems good.
Bless you, Orville.
And that'll wrap the turn.
All right, Vel, your turn.
Bonus. Yeah.
You just say my turn?
Yep, it is your turn. You turn your perception.
Yeah.
Okay. You look up and immediately can see 2 cloaked figures where the arrow is stuck in your back. Seems like they shot you and JJ.
Yeah. Is the giant like down or just like on a knee?
He's on a knee, breathing very heavily and seemingly unable to continue the fight.
Okay. I don't trust him. I'm going to stay on the ground, Misty Step next to JJ.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep. And then I'm going to feed her a delicious necrotic grub.
Sure.
Nice.
Little wormy worm in your tum-tum.
And those were... Oh, shoot. I don't have them noted in my one thing there.
I believe it's 3d6 with no bonus.
I think that's right.
Tends to be.
Yeah, there they are.
Hey, look at that. The guy who wrote the item knows what they do.
Oh, 3d4.
Is it 3d4?
Mm-hmm.
Carry on. You're good.
I mean, I shouldn't have looked it up because I could have got 3d6.
Yeah. I have them marked wrong. It's my fault.
6 points for JJ.
She will cough and spatter. Thank you.
I know that is just right.
Oh, you have the rot grub ones. That's why. Sorry.
Yeah.
Looking at different grubs. Don't mind me.
The withering maggots.
Yes. One's from the
Yeah.
cave. Easy to do. Is that your turn?
So that is my action and my bonus action, and I'm just going to stay prone on the ground for the advantage versus ranged.
All right. Seems fair. Okay. Turn passes. JJ, your turn.
Let me look at this saber roll.
Sure.
Okay, 60 feet. And they're about, 200 feet off now?
Give or take about 100.
Okay, about 100.
So we can do... I wonder if I can have it go that far, actually. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. I can get them right on the edge of the grid. How about that? Let's do this.
Lovely.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I need to go get a
and-
refill, so I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Is there anyone else down? around us? Everyone
No.
seems up.
3 dead horses and a down giant.
JJ. This is difficult.
You're not wrong. When you let the fight come to you, they try to bring the fight to you.
She will just fling her sword at the giant.
Okay. You have advantage to hit. Actually, you have disadvantage because it's a range attack and he is prone.
Okay.
You're standing up first or no?
Yeah, she'll stand up.
Okay. Boop. Go right ahead. Roll to hit.
So that's a 16 to hit.
16. You see the saber fire through, strike out, and you manage to hit the top part of his like leather jerkin, this big clump of fur. You see it freeze and break off against it, but doesn't seem to actually hit the giant. 17 or 16 misses.
Okay. Okie dokie.
All right.
She will bonus action. She'll throw a little heal at Belle.
Okay.
With healing word.
Go ahead and roll it and hold it until her turn, and she can mark it down on her sheet.
Actually, wait a minute. She's gonna healing word Colt real quick.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Since he's
Tell Colt. I'm gonna assume Aja is gonna do the fly thing, so we'll figure it out when she comes back. Chunkini, what does Chunkini want to do?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted.
That's right.
You can just hang out.
Hang out. Chunkini rolls around next to the giant.
Tentacle.
Colt, you go.
How much was that, JJ?
10.
10.
Oh, thank you.
Tenor.
Cool. All right. I'll go ahead and just swing on him again.
Okay. Roll to hit. You have advantage because he's prone. He looks at you and groans. Okay, shut up. Orville, you translate this as finish it.
15.
15. You swing your gun ineffectually, hitting the side of it against the strength of its knee. The giant blinks, holding and clutching its wounds, and looks at you and goes, you hear just as weak as a human. Orville would hear it.
Orville chuckle.
All right. Colt, first attack missed.
What's up?
I said your first attack missed. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, let's go ahead and swing again.
All right, go right ahead.
Ooh. 25.
25 hits. Don't get a roll damage. You're good. He fails twice. Okay. Is that your turn?
I will. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So you swing the first time, don't manage to do any damage. Second time, you crack him across the front of his jaw. You see it break and twist, and blood spills out from a few missing teeth. And you kind of see this wide crimson smile from the giant. And you hear, Wasosa. Orville, you translate to this as respect. Bucky, your turn.
Let's see. He's on the ground, so I'd have disadvantage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put my Hexblade's curse on the giant.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take aim at the bottommost archer.
Okay.
Right there.
Do you have range?
I have 120 foot range, so I should.
So, no. 5, 10, 50. They're 100 feet from here. You're 20 feet away from your girls. Right? 5, 10, 15. This is 20 foot, 4 squares. So do you want to move up to the firing line?
Yeah.
Okay,
Move
there
up
you go.
to where I can get range.
Woo! You move to the firing line.
All right. Yep. First blast at the bottom one.
All right, go right ahead.
Dude.
I feel like I lost rhythm again. Yeah, lost rhythm again.
18 hit
18, I believe, will hit. Yep, 18 will hit.
for 8 damage.
8 damage, takes it.
And second blast at the same one.
Mhm.
For a 16 to hit.
16 will hit as well.
All right. For 15 damage.
Takes it.
And after that, I'm gonna move back like 10 feet.
Okay. Works for me. That's the end of Bucky's turn. Morgan, your turn.
Can I do steady aim and aim at the lower archer?
Sure. What's the range of your bow?
320 feet.
With longbow at the max distance?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have sharpshooter?
I don't.
Okay. So you want to use its first range increment, which I think is 150. Does that make sense?
It's 80.
It's 80. There you go.
I have to move up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm,
No, longbow is range 150,
I
600.
have a short bow.
Oh, you're short bow. That's why. Okay.
Mhm.
I was like, no, I have range. Hold on.
No.
Short bow it up.
Hmm.
So yeah, you can move closer if you'd like, or take the shot at disadvantage. If you give yourself advantage, you'll make the shot normally without disadvantage, but you won't get your sneak attack because you won't be firing at advantage because you're firing at the second range increment.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, so straight shot. Who are you shooting at? The top one or the bottom one?
The bottom one.
Okay, go right ahead.
That is a 25 to hit.
25 hits. No sneak attack, just straight D6 plus your bonus.
That is 8 damage.
8 damage. Takes it to the nose. Groans about it.
And that's it.
All right. Frick's turn.
Frick is going to give advantage on the next attack on the giant.
Okay. Advantage on the next attack on the giant.
Yep.
Team bad guy. Bucky. We'll take a shot at you. Seems fun and fair. 14 on the die brings me to a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw versus poison.
Get a 17.
Okay, 17 makes it. So you're going to take 5 points of piercing.
Okay. Oops.
And half of this, which is 12 points of poison.
So 17 altogether.
Then this person will move. This guy here will take a shot at... Who can get us? We'll take a shot at Morgan from all the way out here. Long down range. Pew! Likely a miss. I don't think... Yeah, no. 7, 5... No. I don't think a 13 is going to hit you, right?
Nope.
Okay. We'll move off. Bloop, bloop. That is going to be Orville's turn.
We are going to bap this giant out of its utter misery.
Sure. Roll a hit at advantage.
17 plus.
17 plus. You walk forward. A big jumping kick to the bottom of its chin. You hear a crack in its neck. It drops and it dies.
Right.
And then we're going full sprint after these fellas.
Sure. What's the speed? Where are you going?
40 times 2.
Okay.
just
5,
straight
10,
at
15,
'em.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80.
Bucky sucks
Let's go.
10 points of HP out of this giant as it dies.
Sure.
All right.
That is Orville's turn. Vel, your turn.
So what? They moved 30, so they're 150 from me right now.
Just about. They're at the max range. I have to reload rhythm again. You know what? I wonder if I have... Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let me switch back to here so we have some cameras. History. No, that's
Oh no. I don't know if I have anything that's going to be able to. Hmm.
Please stick with us.
Gives me a second to look at these range increments. Because I could only crawl forward 15, right?
If you're gonna stay on the ground, you have half movement.
Okay, so that won't get me close enough.
Boop, boop, boop. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Bit of a later night. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm going to Misty Step forward 30,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
then crawl 15.
5, 10, 15. Okay.
And then I'll fire a chill touch at whichever one had already taken damage.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45,
It's 120.
Oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, the one that already took damage, go right ahead. Roll to hit.
19.
19 hits, go ahead.
9 points of necrotic damage.
9 points, takes it. Anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be all.
Okay, JJ, your turn.
I'm gonna throw a healing word at Vel.
Okay.
And then she's gonna walk toward Moore and knock her with the Wand of Cure Wounds.
Go right ahead.
Val's gonna get 8. And Moore is going to get 9.
All right.
Thank you.
And she'll be probably over toward Moore on the bottom front side or
Bottom front, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So healing word and then a tickle stick.
Yes.
Sounds the plan. Aja's turn.
Aja will probably just double move to get close to these guys.
Sure.
So it's got 60 feet, so she's just gonna double move and keep a little, like, be 10 feet away from the top guy so she can try and help someone next time.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's your total movement?
60.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 60. She's double moving, you said?
Yeah.
She's going to be 10 feet off from the top guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy to do. Chunkini pass, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, Colt, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. Use my action or dash and action surge to run.
Okay, so 30-foot move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-foot dash. Action surge, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to run?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Bucky, your go.
I move my hex to the one that's already been hit.
Can't, not in range.
Oh, shoot.
Read hex.
I run up 35 feet.
Mhm.
Let's see. I need to be within 30 feet of them, so I probably won't have that. Okay. So yeah, just enough to get it within Eldritch Blast range, I suppose.
Sure.
And do first one at the guy that's already been hit. For 26 to hit.
Sure.
For 14 damage.
14 damage, okay.
And second one at the same guy.
Okay.
For 14 to hit.
Misses.
All right. And that's my turn.
Okay. Morgan, your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna steady aim to get rid of the disadvantage and
And fire.
Yep.
You lob an arrow.
that's a crit.
Okay, go for it.
That is 9 damage.
9 damage. Takes it to the nose. All right. Is that your go, Morgan? You use your movement, your bonus, your attack. Crit, stuck another arrow in the sky.
We're good.
Okay. Frick's turn. I'm assuming double moving to get within 10 feet.
Yes.
Okay, go so. The kill squad. There we go. This one here will stow its bow, draw 2 small swords, rush forward, and move past Orville. This one here will move past Orville. They will both attack Colt with advantage from flanking. First one. Coming across 19 to hit is a 25 to hit, Colt.
No, my armor class is 30.
Ah, fuck. One of
Yeah,
these
you got
days. All right. 25 will hit. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw versus poison.
12.
12 fails. So, in melee, they do have sneak attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the piercing attack. It is going to be for 19, 22 points of piercing.
Okay.
Okay. You failed the con save. You're also going to take 7d6 poison for 28 points of poison.
Okay.
Still conscious?
Yeah,
Okay. Second attack.
just barely.
Still with advantage. Oh, I only need to roll 1. Oh, maybe not. Plus 7 is going to be a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Bonus action offhand strike. Still with advantage. Will crit. Con save with the offhand weapon.
Jesus. A 15?
15 will make the save. So just on crit. Oops, sorry. Only 2 of those. Please, only 2. Oh, this game. I have to pick anything else? That re-rolls it. Why am I... There's my d6. So crit first is going to be for 8, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing.
I cast shield.
You can?
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Okay.
I'm dead.
You take a bunch of damage from poison. Orville, you hear the second one, as that's the first one's attacks. The second one mutters and goes, "Their leader must die. They will be directionless." He'll take 3 attacks on Colt, prone, all at advantage.
I use shield.
16 on die is a 31 to hit for 2 death saving throw failures. He'll stab you again. Nat 20, he'll slit your throat.
A loving goodbye to Colt.
The second assassin turns to Orville, swings a knife at him, as the other one moves forward to finish their combo team. Big swing on Orville. 15 on die is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, we're taking a nap here.
Okay. Con saving throw versus poison on the offhand.
That's gonna be an 8.
8 will fail. So with the offhand, I don't get my +3. So that's going to be 3 points of piercing, followed by 7d6 poison damage. 23 points of poison. Down. You see,
Very much down.
end of their turn, they turn and look in the direction of the party and prepare for what comes next. Orville, death saving throw.
That's 12.
12? Okay. That is 1 step closer to being safe. Let's see here.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Does the stab and the poison count as 2 separate procs, or are they combined?
No,
as
same
one?
proc.
Okay, cool.
It's
cool,
one
cool,
attack making the stab, so you just take it all together. Vel, your turn.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You watch
I
in the
cast
distance.
Save Orville.
Oh, okay. Good luck with that spell.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, at least they're close enough. Uh. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. No, I'll try that. Okay. I'm gonna move forward
15 feet.
15 feet, and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on the injured one.
Okay, go for it.
5, 10. Hold on. I want to see if I don't want to. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, I'll just move forward 10.
Move forward 10.
Yeah, just put me back 1.
Sure.
That's a natural 1.
Okay. Fires off from the ground, misses.
That's me.
JJ, your turn.
JJ's going to
In Orville, you said you dropped unconscious too, right?
Yeah.
action and movement to move 60 feet forward.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Right? 5, 10,
And
15, 20, 30,
The very edge of her ability, she's going to cast Healing Word on Orville.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah,
Sure
I
as shit.
counted it out.
Good for you. Go ahead and roll it.
He's going to get 10 points.
All right. You get 10 points of healing, Orville. Make the best use of them you can. That is Orville's turn. No, JJ's turn. Aja's turn. Aja does the Pessy business thing.
Yeah, on the injured one.
All right.
And we'll stay next to him.
Okay. Bucky, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna move up.
Mhm.
Like 30, 35 feet.
Mhm.
And Eldritch Blast, injured one.
Sure.
See, I get advantage on that one, right?
Yes.
Go for it.
Am I within 30 feet of them now? I can't really see.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 feet now.
Okay. All right. So no hex just yet.
Not just yet.
A 26 to hit.
26 does hit.
For 14 damage.
What'd you roll?
I'm sorry?
Well, what'd you roll? You said a 26 to hit. You rolled an 18?
Hold on. Let me go back
Yep.
and look at
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and... What was damage?
Yeah, 14 damage.
14 damage?
Yes.
Okay. Takes it and brings him to 75. Takes it.
All right. Second shot right at him
Go right ahead.
for a 26 to hit.
26 hits again.
And 10 damage.
10 damage. That'll be enough to do it. The injured one finally drops. Falls over.
That's for Colt. It's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. That's Bucky's turn. Morgan, your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but I should have sneak attack.
Yeah, you have a ally within 5 feet. You have to not have disadvantage, but yeah, you cancel it out. So go right ahead. So roll to hit, straight roll, no advantage. But if you hit, you do get your sneak attack dice.
Oh my god, it's another crit.
Whoop woo! Get it. Go ahead and roll it. Dump truck them dice.
Oh, it's only an 18.
Only an 18 with sneak attack and all that nonsense.
Yeah, it's just crit for the hit, right? Not
No, it's
sneak
for all dice.
Yeah.
All
Hey.
dice involved in the equation are doubled. So your
Oh, I
sneak
didn't
attack's
know
what,
that.
3d6 or 4d6?
It's 3.
So you're going to roll 3 more d6 and add it to your 18.
So that is 33.
33 damage. Cracks him open, something fresh. See the arrow stick just about an inch or two above his heart, nearly killing him instantly. Is that going to be your go?
Yep.
Okay. What do I want to do? What does he want to do? Lost his partner. So yeah, you see him pull an item from his belt, put it into his friend. His friend seems to shake his head. He looks around and looks back and tells his friend good luck, and then dashes away. Orville, do you want to take a free strike?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
go right ahead.
Am I at disadvantage or anything? Because I'm currently
Because you're on prone, yep.
Okay. That is a 13 to hit.
13 will miss. You'll see him dart off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Right? No, 70, sorry. His friend, which I moved away. No! Why did I delete it? Boop. Boop. There we go. Right on top of Orville. Will come to consciousness and wake up, since he wasn't awake at the start of his turn. Orville, your go.
I'm worried that this person is now conscious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
Oh.
looks groggily at you and has a short sword in front of you.
That's nice. I'm gonna pummel his face into the dirt.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to stand first,
Mhm.
and then just tower over him and waylay.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, first all with advantage because I'm standing over a prone. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
So make your first attack first, and then go after that.
17.
17 will hit. Roll damage
Okay.
for the first attack.
That is 5 total, and then we're gonna crank Fury the Small into it for a total of 10.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
25.
25. You make the save. You take half. You take 7 points of fire damage back as he drops unconscious and hellish rebukes you in the process.
Neat. I'm going to continue to waylay upon him.
All right. 2 big hits. We'll finish him off. Go ahead and end it.
Yep. For first hit of my attack action is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep, that's 2 death saves.
And then we're gonna go flurry of blows, 1 into him, and then a healing on
Sure.
myself. 26 to hit.
26 will hit as well.
Bad
That'll
head.
finish him off.
Yep.
So, give me 1 second here.
And then heal on me.
There we go. Much more better. All right. So, with that, Orville, that ends your turn. Vel, what do you want to do? The other one is currently running away and is 70 feet away.
He's 70 feet away from where he was.
Mm-hmm. So, from your snake, he's 70 feet away.
Okay, and I can't really count with the
Sure. You are
clouds.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, or 50 feet from him. So, currently, he is 120 feet away from you.
Okay, cool. That's the good range, but he's gonna be well out of it after that.
Mhm.
Just give him a guaranteed kiss goodbye, I guess. And, fire a magic missile at him.
Sure. Roll it.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points of
9
force.
points. Takes it.
I'll stand with half my movement and move forward 15 feet.
5, 10, 15.
And, no, that's later. Never mind. I'm good. That's me.
JJ, your turn.
JJ will walk up towards where Colt is,
5,
also
10,
kind of
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
just
there.
kind of looking off towards where the assassin went.
Sure.
but kind of just dumbfounded at this point.
You look it over. You can see the hood flown back. The man on the ground dead as well. Both of them with twisted, almost curious-looking horns that seem to be belonging to those who call hell a place they draw heritage. Both tieflings and one laying dead. Colt lays at your feet. Several small short sword wounds impaled at the various chinks in his heavy plate mail. And anywhere that you see a stab wound, you see festering purple blood that's sizzling.
She's did he take his soul back, or someone else got it now? To Basler. She'll knock at her head.
Oh, ask Basler to eat coal?
Oh, no, she's just asking, are you going to take his soul back, or does someone get him now?
I mean, if no one's gonna be like, get the demon over it, I mean, a deal's a deal, you still owe me, but it'll count one towards it. But yeah, it looks like it's still there. Bleeding. For eating.
I'll ask everyone else, but I don't.
Calls out, hey, Vasler can eat Colt's soul, guys. That is Aja, who's
That's it.
got his fly away. Chunk, Colt's turn. He gags in purple blood. Colt, you want to hit us with a gag in purple blood?
Well, actually, Aja's gonna wrap on Orville's arm in case Orville goes running after this guy.
Okay, wraps on Orville's arm. That is Bucky's turn.
You said Bucky's about 120 feet from this guy, right?
You are more than that now. You
okay.
are where you're at here. That's 50. So yeah, about so. Take.
All I need is 120 feet. So.
Okay, so you'll move up. You're gonna
Yep.
take your 2 waning shots of Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Go right ahead.
Definitely. First one's gonna miss.
Okay.
Damn, second one's gonna miss.
Off into the distance. Morgan, your turn.
Same thing. I'm gonna aim at him.
Okay. You aim. He is still within 300 feet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seems about right. And single shot.
Hold on. 16.
16. You fire off. You see it stick into the back of his leg. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is a whole 5 damage.
Takes it. End of your turn. His turn. He bolts and seems to vanish. In fact, disappears like a goddamn ninja.
Frickin' ninjas.
Yeah. Freaking people that are trained in stealth and can do it as a bonus. So, with that, combat is effectively over unless somebody wants to run out into the darkness and review it. But otherwise, this is where it's at. You will look over, and you can see your Captain Colt laying in a festering mound of holes, and JJ offers to have Vasler take his soul.
I'm not sure that's what he would want. Didn't we have some kind of letter from Colt about what happens when he dies?
There is, in fact, a letter in his armor. But let me just do this, so he's not tempted. So he's not tempted. I'm only gonna ever do that to Colt because I live with him for now. So
JJ will look for said letter.
yeah.
I wish you had the Dark Soul. No, not even the GTA wasted thing
Wasted.
over.
It's like, so I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm like making range attacks or whatever. But yeah, you get in melee with assassins. They do what assassins do. And I was like, okie dokies, run at me. I'm happy about it.
I didn't want to leave Orville alone out there. I was like, well, I gotta run in. I can't.
It was either you or Orville, and you're the one who was like, I'm the captain. He was like, oh, okay, well, It's one less person to worry about. Yeah,
I'm the captain now.
you check on the inside part of Colt's armor, where you know there to be a small pouch that has sewn into his plate mail. You pull out a very blood-stained and coded letter, and you have Colt's last will and testament that he wrote the last time he died.
Well,
What is-
it's probably been updated.
It had definitely been updated, and in fact, I want you to write it, and I'll read it
All right.
next week. But yeah, so with that, I think that's a pretty good stopping point, a pretty heavy moment to go through. Our Seekers of Galanti, the Weavers chosen as they are within Second Wake, find themselves in the out and out of a conflict involving the Black Ram of the Steam Fields and his idealistic and loving world of true happiness, through which we find all things, I believe. But yeah, that'll end it for us tonight, folks. Let's as we say, always be rating. So we'll send us out to these fine folks. They're in their third hour. That seems fun, right? Yeah, why not? So yeah, thank you guys for sticking with us. I know it was a super late night, but I didn't want to end until we actually got to like a really good stopping point. I feel it's always important, especially with folks not knowing when they're ever going to be able to come back or any of that stuff, that we end on a note. We end on a way that is either satisfying or at the very least memorable in a sense. So yeah, reflecting of the choices that they made and all the things they did. What's up, Colt?
I just, if I can say something to like everybody in the community publicly,
Yeah.
like thank you guys for, dealing with my tomfoolery, and I love all of you, including the people watching, the regulars, as well as the seekers, each one of you. Thank you for the opportunity to play with you guys, and again, thanks for dealing with my goofy ass for almost a year now.
Yeah.
And definitely thank you to Kareem. It's always a pleasure playing in one of his games. I absolutely love them. They're the best. And I will be harassing him whenever I'm back to potentially try to play another one. But
Come back once you are ready. But you have to go, my boy, as every good pirate does, and find your fortune. You've got to make your money, through which your family will find a dowry for a wife and child. But no, of course, Colt, we wish you the absolute best, and all I'll let you do. Love you like a brother. I'm not gonna cry, because I'm not gonna do it. But of course, guys, we thank you all for tuning into our nonsense. Next week, we see where the Seekers of Galanti and the Weavers Chosen go from here. Certainly, I thank you all for sticking with us all night. If you're catching the VOD or YouTube, certainly appreciate you doing so. We'll see you guys next week for more Second Wake, episode 31. Let's see you then. As always, peace out.